Hello and welcome to Bounty into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounty into Comics. I am joined by my associate editor, Spencer McCooley, our co-host, Donald Edmonds, and we want to welcome you to the Black Pill stream.
Yes, welcome.
The White Power Ranger.
Good Wednesdays as always.
Just had to bring that up already, Don. Just trying.
For somebody who claims to like not get the
already.
joke, like you brought it up really fast.
Just trying to get us demonetized right off the bat in the first 30
It's
first
only
30
a
seconds.
dog whistle on Urban Dictionary. Doesn't mean everybody else knows what it is.
Just trying.
I mean,
Just
it's a pretty old joke. I'm sure millions of people have made it.
I mean, our Flintstones video earlier today got demonetized in the beginning because I'm pretty sure it had the word adult in the headline.
A lot of our readers on Twitter were also took it that way. They were like adult,
and then I deleted adult from the headline, and automatically we're 100% monetized now. And I was just like, wow, okay. I see we got a bunch of folks in the
sensitive,
chat.
huh?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, well, that works. I see we got a bunch of folks in the chat, though. We got Mercale, Emperor of Corruption. He was saying he was here first. I was having
As always.
I said, were you really?
Were you
just
really?
the first to comment?
Whoa. Sit on that one.
That's deep.
Thomas Gilkey says, hail. Hail, Thomas Gilkey.
Hail.
YouTube me is ready to go to the gulags. It's like today is looking great. Can't wait for the president to incite the nation against itself. See you in the gulags, guys. Ravu Arvita is here. Hail.
Ravu.
What is who is that? Spencer.
I'm trying to find the window. That's the Evan Hellion organization logo.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like he just added Misato to it because he's had the regular Nerve logo forever. I always love seeing it.
It's not Char. Disappointing.
It is not Char.
Char was right.
That's what anime is. It's either Char or not Char.
Mr. Anime 343 is here. He's saying, "What up, BIC?
What up,
Mr. Anime 343?" Raful Arvita is up. He says, "Demon Slayer is destroying all expectations of anime." Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I don't know if I called it, but I did kind of anticipate it. I know we talked about it a couple times. Saw how well it was doing in Japan. Just was crushing it in Japan, and we kind of knew it was going to do pretty well. I thought it was actually going to
biggest movie in Japan of all time during a pandemic.
Right, during a pandemic, and I thought it was going to do pretty well just based off of what we saw with Super and how well that did, and then obviously with the My Hero movie,
My Hero movies
as well. And it just sees an upward trajectory, and then we just keep seeing manga just absolutely obliterating anything Western when it comes to graphic novel sales, manga sales. So it really doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me that it's blowing Mortal Kombat out of the water when it comes to gross per theater, especially when Mortal Kombat was just that producer came out and was just shooting his movie in the head, he was just killing it. I mean, who says that?
There wasn't a lot to kill.
We're not putting him in the movie because he's white. What? Why would you say that?
It's bad. It's bad. I know I didn't get my Mortal Kombat review up today. I'm still working on it. But there's no reason for that original character that Johnny Cage could not have fulfilled. There's no reason not to have a white guy on that team. I don't get it. That's why I'm saying there wasn't a lot to shoot in the head.
Oh, well, it's okay because he shows up in a poster reference or something like that in a post-credit
Not
scene.
even cool. It's not. It's not even post-credits. It's the ending of the movie.
Okay, it is. Okay, I don't know.
I know you haven't. I know you don't know. I know you don't know. That's why I'm just clarifying. But
I know there is some reference,
and that's it. It's so dumb.
They probably put in after the guy made those idiot comments.
I'm sure. There's also no tournament, so I just want everybody to know that.
Wait. I did see someone say that in that video was actually getting a ton of hits because the Mortal Kombat film came out. So I've been reading some of the comments that people are doing on the back end, and I saw someone say that, and I was just like, "What? That's like the whole
It's so
that is
bad.
That's what Mortal Kombat is. It is a tournament. That's like the name of the tournament. It's called Mortal Kombat. They don't have a tournament.
There's no tournament. They literally save it for the next episode or movie. Like Raiden ends his story arc by saying like the tournament is still come. So like
he's breaking all the rules of the tournament by like attacking.
That's what Shang Tsung. That's what Shang Tsung does. Like the bad guys attack because they've won 9 out of 10 tournaments, and on the 10th tournament they'll be allowed to invade Earth, which is exactly like the games, right? But then Shang Tsung goes, let's just kill all of their champions right now and not have to fight in the tournament because we'll automatically win. And that's kind of what happens. And
why?
There's rules to prevent that, though, I thought, right? Like
there literally aren't. There haven't been since Mortal Kombat 9, like the reboot. There have been. This just happens. Shang Tsung is allowed to break all the rules, and Raiden, for some reason, is like, okay, yeah, that's fine. You break the rules. We're gonna play it straight. And it doesn't make any sense. There are no rules to Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't know what they are.
What are you going to say, Don?
Yeah, I saw this argument online. It's like, why win all those other tournaments and then be like, yeah, this time we're going to not do the tournament and just invade?
Why not? Yeah, why not just do that from the start? Like,
what's the point? And you know who brought that up? Campia. Campia,
really?
the most gung-ho for all the mainstream shit out there. He was like, what the fuck? It does not make sense at all.
These people really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
honestly,
they don't.
No one in Hollywood literally, like, I mean, this was like an Australian production. It was like done in Australia. James Wan was producing it. So like you can't even say like it's a Holly. I mean, obviously Warner Brothers was putting it out, but it was from what I understand, it was an Australian production. So I mean, across the board, like do they not have people that just like, dude, like, why isn't there? This is Mortal Kombat. Where's the tournament?
It gets so much worse. Like, it's so bad. Like I looked up old interviews. Yeah, where is Script Doctor? I want him to watch this and destroy it because it's just so bad. I read an interview with the director, Simon McQuaid. The other McQuaid, like, or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I looked up a bunch of pronunciations, and they all said McQuaid, so that's just what I'm going with. Yeah,
you need the variety video of him telling you how to say his name.
Oh, that's right. There is a variety video. I was just throwing it into Google.
Whatever they do, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's Variety.
I think it's Variety.
Masks them.
But what was it? So back when the movie was in production, he said straight out, we want to be super faithful to the video games while not alienating anybody at the same time, right?
Yeah,
doesn't happen. There is.
No, I remember covering that like back when they were first promoting it and saying that stuff. I mean, it's so hard to believe anything anyone says anymore.
I know.
The only time I actually believe them is when they're saying like completely absurd idiot things, like the Black Widow person saying like, I don't know who Mephisto is, and I don't know how to read comics. Like
I don't read them.
It's hard. Like when you on face, it's like,
I can tell.
Come on, there's no way you can't read comics. But then it's like, well, based on your product that you've given us, it's hard not to believe it.
It's pretty apparent, yeah. Like this movie is Mortal Kombat essentially a name only. Like that's how bad it is.
Dude, but anytime they're trying to tell you that they're going to be like, we need to stay true, that's all a load of crap now.
Oh no,
I completely, you're just lying to me. So
yeah, no, I don't believe it.
Wolf, you say it so many times, I just don't.
The only reason I pointed out is because like he said it out loud and he boasted about it and he was like we are going to be accurate, dude. The plot revolves around you are chosen. You are chosen for the Mortal Kombat tournament if you are born with a birthmark and it's a special birthmark in the shape of the dragon logo, randomly chosen throughout time, which doesn't make any sense.
Only for humans or for
anybody?
For Outworld.
Yeah, for Outworld too, or maybe not for Outworld. I maybe you're right, but I know it's at least for Earthrealm. Like that's the entire plot.
So Sony has one too.
No, she doesn't. That's the whole point. She doesn't have a mark, but Jax has a mark, so they're trying to investigate it. It's really bad. But then that mark leads into, you know how in the video games, Liu Kang can shoot fire and Kano has an eye laser and Sonya's got her bracelets that shoot the beams. All of those sort of special attacks are explained by, if you have that mark, you can unlock sort of like your special Bankai power, which is, it's called an Arcana, and everybody can unlock their Arcana. And so Kano's Arcana just happens to be shooting one laser from his eye. Sonya's is her beams coming out of her hands.
Wait,
you know what Jax's is? No, she gets it eventually. She gets it at the end. But
wait, what? So they break the whole rule for Sonya. They break the rule.
No. She gets the power after she gets the mark.
Right, but you said the mark comes when they're born.
Oh, right? Sorry. It comes when they're born, but it can also be transferred. Like if you had the mark, John, and Dawn like killed you in a fight, it would transfer to you, or it would transfer to Dawn. So I forget.
So it's literally Harry Potter. It's the freaking wand from Harry Potter.
Yeah, pretty much. Everything is the Elder Wand from Harry Potter now, just like the Darksaber. but the worst part, the funniest freaking part about that entire Arcana, like the Arcana is a special power unique to you. So Jax loses his arms really early on. Sub-Zero freezes them, shatters them off. Pretty cool.
Heard that.
Raiden gives him
that was in
arms.
the trailer. I saw that.
He gives them arms, but they're like not real arms. They're literally just like metal skeleton arms, so they look really dinky. And then when Jax's Arcana unlocks, it makes his arms buff. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why is Jax's superpower related to something that wasn't on his body? Like Kano's eye, like they don't give him his robo eye. His laser comes out of his real eye. It doesn't make any sense. It's bad.
OC Steve is like the only one in the chat saying it's not that bad. Everyone else is saying it's bad.
I don't know, Steve. Like
it sounds so much better.
It's cool to watch. Oh, the '90s movie is great. I like the first one. Not the first Annihilation.
I do too. The first one is fun.
Yeah, no, the first one's super fun. This is not.
Literally a tournament.
The best.
They climb the tower and they climb the tower
and they go to a tournament and they fight to save Earth.
Yeah, they literally like the ends at the top of the tower. Like
the only good thing I can probably say about
they actually go to Outworld and then they
go to Outworld and then they keep going. The only positive thing that like even in my review that I said about this film is that everybody looks accurate, kind of. Like Sonya looks like Sonya, Jax looks like Jax, Scorpion, but then there are also people who just don't, like Reptile. Instead of being like a cool human, like lizard ninja, he's just a lizard man. He doesn't even use his acid breath or his acid spit. Like, yeah, he's just like a lizard, like a giant, like the lizard in Amazing Spider-Man. Like that's all he is. Oh, okay. It's super generic, super boring, super not Mortal Kombat. They even have this moment where they point out
Sub-Zero and Scorpion with green.
Yeah, with green and acid. There's even a moment where when Reptile first shows up, he's like drooling acid and you see it melting, and then Kano uses it to get out of the handcuffs that Sonya put him in, and that's it. He doesn't spit it, nothing else happens. He's just punch, dead.
He dies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
like
I mean, he got a pretty cool fight in the first movie. It's like they did the CGI obviously is super dated now, but like the shape-shifting stuff they did was pretty cool. OC Steve says turn your brain off and have fun for 90 minutes.
I tried. I couldn't. I had fun with Godzilla versus Kong. This movie is just it's not the sort of fun you have when you turn your brain off. Because your brain will still be going, why is that happening? What is happening? What's this happening? It's not fluid or consistent in even a dumb way.
So you're definitely not hitting Ultra Instinct level where you've turned everything off and your body's just reacting.
This is yeah, exactly. Oh man, I wish I could, Steve. And if you like it, like I have nothing against you if you like it. I'm just sharing my thoughts because I've been sitting on this for a couple days now and I just needed to get it out.
Mark636. It's good to see you. It's been a bit. He says this film is offensively bad. How did we even get on Mortal Kombat? I don't even know.
Mr. Anime brought up Demon Slayer, and so we started talking about movies, and then we hit Mortal Kombat, and I just lost it.
Does it have gender politics and race politics and
no wokeness?
What's the kid like? Finish them. Explain that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was like a big thing for me in the trailer.
Yeah, no. So finish them is
this film This film committed a fatality on my childhood. Oh my god.
Pretty good one.
I had that. That's funny.
That's really good. No, so it's basically just the Outworld fighters are fighting the Earthrealm fighters at the end, and Shang Tsung finish them. It's a plural one.
Okay.
Like I guessed, yeah.
It's expected. OC Steve is locating on Godzilla vs. Kong now with the Hollow Earth stuff. I haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong either. I actually was really looking forward to that movie, but I don't know. The Snyder stuff really pissed me off, so I just didn't.
Yeah.
I did not I did not get HBO Max. It's just I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't done it yet. Ravul Arvita says Kano is the only redeeming feature of the movie. I know OC Steve was said, yeah, he says here Kung Lao was great and Kano was hilarious. I've seen a lot of people give praise for Kano.
Kano's fun. He just feels almost out of place. Like that actor
Boomerang.
is definitely giving his exactly like Boomerang. That actor is clearly giving his all when he doesn't need to. So I applaud him for that. Would you say Kung Lao? Kung Lao is cool, I guess. I just can't get over how that actor looks like a adult brown Millie Bobby Brown. It really bugs me.
Yeah, I saw one of his interviews. Yeah, I see I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
I was like, that's Kung Lao. Wait, what?
It's super weird. Yeah.
Resurgam is also saying that Kano is the only tolerable character. He had a lot of zingers.
But that was like all he was. He was just all zingers. And that's fine, I guess. But then when that's all,
I mean, the trailer scene where he's just like, where he says like,
I don't even remember.
He pulls the guy's heart out.
And that's the reptile kill. The Kano wins. Like,
yeah, Kano wins. That was cool in the trailer.
That moment's cool. All of the references in that movie to Mortal Kombat are so on the nose and so like forced that it bothers me. Like, there's a moment when they're getting ready to train and Raiden's like, all right, Cole, you're new here. Go on in. Like, show us what you got. And Kung Lao goes, test your might. And it's like, what? Like, okay, we get it. This is Mortal Kombat. Come on, guys.
Yeah, the bones for Mortal Kombat are so easy. I don't understand why it's really hard to make a Mortal Kombat film. It's just like, okay, we're getting recruit the champions to fight in Mortal Kombat. Take them to Mortal Kombat. Have them fight, show really cool stuff. And as they move up the tower, have like crazy, insane like kills.
Right.
And then Liu Kang wins.
It's because like that's exactly how they should do it. But I feel like Hollywood is just, as much as they say like, oh, we love the fans, we want to give the fans what they want, they're too afraid to be genuine about it. Like, we talk about this all the time with all the irony dripped cartoons, like that really bad Sailor Moon ripoff thing with like the birth control girl and the
bong or whatever.
The bong, yeah, like whatever that was. Like, all that irony stuff leads to the like, because people are too afraid. It's kind of like when you're a kid. They got made fun of once for liking Mortal Kombat, so now they want to do Mortal Kombat still, but they don't want to, look like that nerd. So they try to make it
made fun of for playing Mortal Kombat.
I'm just making it like it's like an analogy. Mortal Kombat probably got nobody made fun of all games, not Mortal Kombat. But it's like that. It's like
kids.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's like, so maybe you take away Mortal Kombat, but it's like a kid gets made fun of for liking, let's say Dragon Ball, and then he still was a fan of Dragon Ball, but he gets this idea that like it's not cool to like Dragon Ball. So then he finally gets to do a Dragon Ball thing. And instead, he wants to do it, but he remembers that, oh, it's not cool to do. So how do I make it cool to do? And in doing that, they try to appeal to everybody and take away what makes it unique. Like turning Reptile into generic Lizard Man, or not even having a tournament and turning it into weird bad guys want to conquer Earth movie. Like,
to me, they're just trying to put too much like from what you're describing. It sounds like it's just too much narrative for a Mortal Kombat film, where it's almost like this is the problem that I have with a lot of just entertainment in general, especially if you watch these reality shows, and it goes to the victim like mentality that we have that's like permeating throughout society. Anytime they try and make you try and sympathize with someone, they give them a sob story. It doesn't matter what it is. They lost their parents. They recovered. They beat cancer. They all have some kind of like sob story. It doesn't matter what they're competing for. Like if they're in like American Gladiator, like the new stuff, or I don't know. I'm making one up. Like The Voice.
That would be.
The Voice is like
it would be so funny to see like an American Gladiators with one of those like reality TV show moments in the middle where you've got like a giant dude like over sitting on his bench in the locker room. Like I remember when my parents died.
American Gladiator is probably the wrong example because those.
No, I know. It's just so funny. That's an awesome image.
Well, we got an example right now. The freaking Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the dumbass flag smashers.
Such a bad everything about that. Yeah, no, but you're exactly on point, Don.
But yeah, so, again, I like that's the problem. They want like they try and tell this like narrative, just even for like a reality show. And it's like, dude, I'm watching The Voice. I'm not here to like hear about your sob story. I'm here to like listen to you sing. Like,
but that way they can extend it to an hour.
Yeah, I get that. But like
I know.
For Mortal Kombat, if you're having like what they have like 6 people on the team, the human team, the Earth
something
team.
like that. Yeah, something like 6, 5 or 6.
I mean, so like literally like six people. I don't know how many other. It's just not Earth fighting, right? There's like Outworld, and then is there?
It's basically just Earthrealm and Outworld are like the main 2 competitors.
Okay, so what is it? Is it usually like a 20? What's the bracket usually? Like 48?
Like eight or so on each side, so maybe like 16 to 20 fighters total.
So yeah, so that's still a ton of fights. Like that's an hour and a half of just fights, and like. It's like Raiden just shows up. He's like, he goes to the people. He's like, all right, you're like the best Earthrealm fighter.
Right.
We have this thing called Mortal Kombat. We need to protect the world from Outworld coming to enslave us and kill us and destroy us. So you have to come fight. And then and then you just show up, and the first one you're fighting is Scorpion, and he's like literally like breathing fire on you, and you're just like, oh crap, and like the first guy like gets killed by Scorpion, and he's dead. And so it's just like exactly how it should be. And then like Johnny Cage is just like
the game.
Oh crap! Like he just sees that, and then he like fights some other like Outworld like person. He beats them, and then he's got to fight Scorpion next, and he knows he's got the fire move, and so he's like ready for that or whatever. And then Scorpion's like, "Get over here!"
Yeah, he like.
And then Johnny Cage has to like he like summons trees from the 95 Mortal Kombat. He doesn't do that. He doesn't summon the trees. That's a joke. But he figures it out or whatever. Or maybe
he strategizes around it.
And like even like Johnny Cage can die too because he's not the hero. Like Johnny Cage can die in Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang is the one who needs to win. Like Liu Kang wins. Like so and that's all you have to do. Just show us like really freaking cool fights, cool like freaking fatalities. Really cool fight choreography, and just like fight after fight after fight after fight, showing people getting lost. And then you could even do it like it's like a actual sporting event where you have like a freaking like commentary. Like I don't know if Mortal Kombat would do that. Have a commentary. I guess they kind of do. They have the guy that says like fight, finish him. So like you could do like add more lines for that guy where he's saying stuff like get Joe Rogan to do the fight like UFC or something.
Yes.
Did you see that like super fire like whatever Scorpions you gotta know what that move is called?
Like just fire.
Like are you what?
Dude.
What happened to his skin?
Just imagine Joe Rogan's like reaction from every UFC fight where he's like to anything happening in Mortal Kombat.
Did you see the reaction to the Rose knockout?
Yeah, oh my exactly. God. So good.
No, remember Bloodsport?
Yeah.
That underground tournament, kind of like everybody's in this like thing with the flaming torches and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And something like that.
Something like that would have been awesome.
Like very occultish, but very like intense too, and how underground it is.
And like you could even have the Shang Tsung's trying to cheat by have him like send Reptile to assassinate other fighters. So all of a sudden they're like, hey, where's Johnny Cage? I don't know. He said he was going back to his room. And then match starts and what is it called? Like no decision has to go to Outworld. And then it's like, what's happening?
Hey, Johnny Cage has had too many flawless victories. And then Reptile. And then Reptile.
Yeah, exactly.
Outrealm, and then boom.
Yeah, it could easily happen. It just, you don't need to answer these questions. Like, nobody was asking how. Well, first of all, like, the game already answered every question you could possibly have. Like, how do you get your powers? How are you chosen for Outworld? Well, your powers are either learned from, like, your spirit, like Dragon Ball, or it's technology. Done. How are they chosen? Raiden picks them. We don't need to spend an hour and a half setting up this weird new power system and explaining things we don't need. Just drop us, like Don said, right into the action.
Yeah, I mean, even when, like, so if you want to, like, Kano's a good example. Like, you could even have, like, Kano he's, like, chosen as part of Earthrealm, and he just, like, hates everyone on, like, the Survivor, like, I'm just thinking, like, Survivor, you know, they're usually, like, they're on a boat, and he's just, like, talking trash, and everyone's just like, dude, this guy's a piece of crap. Like, I hate this guy. And, like, you have, like, them, like, get in a fight, like, right off, and, like, Raiden's like,
well, that actually does happen. That actually all happens.
They do have that? Okay.
So Kano, that's why Kano is probably the highlight of the film. He does, everybody hates him. He does treat everybody like a dick. And, yeah, he has some random fights. I don't know if anybody has played the recent, like, Mortal Kombat 9, 10, or 11, but the story modes have this funny thing because obviously like in a fighting game, you gotta fight, right? So every character in story mode has like the like smallest reason to start like brutally beating each other up. Like there's one where like Johnny Cage hits on Sonya and she goes, all right, that's it. I'm tired of you hitting on me and it's time to fight, right? Like ridiculous things like that. And that's how Kano and Sonya's fight happens. Like they're just walking and Kano's just being an asshole, and then Sonya's like, all right, let's do this. Let's fight. And then I don't even remember how it happened because it wasn't that cool.
But yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat is like, they just keep it simple.
So straightforward. Yeah.
It's real,
Kiss.
Yeah. It's very, I mean, it's literally like an old school UFC tournament. When they had no weight divisions and Hoist Gracie is fighting like Tank Abbott and Ken Shamrock. He's like huge giants and he's winning. And that's all you have to do. Like, just show the tournament, show the fight.
Seriously, yeah. It's super easy.
Let's fight. Those are fighting words. Round 1, fight. Yeah.
Whoa, already better than the movies.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's the bigger. I feel like they try and overcomplicate things a lot too.
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah,
because it's what people in.
It's because it's what they think audiences want. They want all these characters, and then of course they want spin-offs and they want sequels. Like the Sub-Zero dude is signed on for like 4 movies already.
Yeah, he said that, but like so this is what Script Doctor says. Remember, like he's actually, I think he's totally 100% right on this. Anytime they're talking sequel before the movie's out, it's not a good idea. Last Jedi, perfect example. Oh, we've got Rian Johnson. He's going to do a sequel. He's going to do a whole nother trilogy before The Last Jedi even hit theaters. It's like, it's going to be, it must be great. Like, Lucasfilm people must love it. And it's just absolute trash. Mortal Kombat, 4 movies for Sub-Zero?
Like,
what?
That's a really good point, because to me it seems like Lucasfilm and Disney, like, they're saying, you know, oh, it's so great, we're going to give Ryan another film before we even see it, right? It's kind of like, of course, if you make something, you're going to think it's great. You're going to want it to win, right? Like,
yeah.
That's not how you win competitions, just by thinking you're the best. You don't... It's like the meme image of Obama awarding the medal to Obama. Like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Wrestler Game is not a fan of fighting games. I'm not a fan of fighting games either, for the most part. Although I do love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but that's more because it's a RPG as well. Yeah. With fighting mechanics built in, and it's solo. For me, like legit fighting games, that's like, I get the talent involved because you have to like know those freaking like combos and like have them memorized and stuff, and I think that does take practice and muscle memory and everything. And but I suck at it. Like, I'll just be honest. I suck at fighting games. And I just never really I liked Soul Calibur.
Yes.
I liked Soul Calibur. because I just thought the characters were like just really cool.
They are, yeah.
And so like
I wish they would do more with it.
Like I think I just like Soul Calibur just purely because of the designs of the characters. I just thought they were really cool. There was like this huge like armored guy that I really liked.
Nightmare, he's the best.
Yeah, that guy with like he has got this huge like giant sword that he like drags around behind him or whatever.
There's Nightmare, which is like the corrupted evil version, and he's got like the big demon arm and the big sword. And then and then there's Siegfried, which is who he was before he got corrupted, who's like the exact same, but just like a regular shining like European knight. It's really cool.
Both those guys I like. Yeah, the Nightmare one is the one that I like. Yeah, I love those guys. I think I played 5 or whatever.
Cool.
It was like PS2. I forget. I don't know.
Whiles ago.
Yeah, but
in the before times.
But I don't really. It wasn't mine. I was playing. It was my cousin's. But I know you like the fighting games because
I love fighting games.
You love fighting games.
I play them all the time. I have my own fight stick. I was part of the professional scene back in college. Played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Were you
kind of? That's true. I was not paid.
Hey, that's such a dumb definition.
Such a dumb distinction.
That definition only makes sense for
like college.
It made sense after it made sense before like the internet and like people just like going to tournaments and winning. It's like if you go to like every single poker tournament like that's out there and you don't and like maybe you're not winning, you're still like you are a professional. You're in all these poker tournaments.
Exactly.
Hold on, I gotta turn off the baby monitor.
GG.
What you hear there? The other one got disconnected, so then it starts making this like super horrible, annoying sound.
Oh, okay. So then this is legit. I was a Diablo 2 hardcore ladder player.
Dude,
that's legit.
Yeah, that's super legit.
Because that's got to be top 100 out of all the world.
Out of the world.
Yeah, I played. So like when I played competitive, obviously when I had time to do that in high school and college was
yeah, right.
I played Dark Age of Camelot, and then that wasn't like for money or anything. It was just
for fun,
running around like just owning people. And then I played a little bit of what is it, Age of Wonders?
I remember that one.
I think it was Dark Age. It was basically Age of Empires, but like with Norse, Greeks, Egyptians, and then there was
Rome's an empire.
There wasn't Rome. There was someone else,
Age of Empire.
But that game was fun. I love that game. The Norse were so OP. Because you could like their warriors could build like the barracks and stuff instead of like the villagers. So basically what you do is you just find out where the enemy's base is. You just start building barracks like right outside the town center's like attack range right in the beginning. And then you just summon like the champion unit. And then you work the god you worship is Loki. And so what that does is that allows your champions to summon any kind of like elite champion like unit. So you can like summon a huge boar. It procs when it hits or whatever. So you can just like get like tons of just like
blow them
like,
away,
insane units, and you end them in like 5 minutes. To find them. It's just
that's
crazy.
the tech.
Yeah. Wrestler Gam, do you play Dark Age of Camelot too? I don't. For some reason, I don't know that reference. Cloud Song? Is that
I remember that.
Age
what is that
Atlantis?
A reference to? I know that's a reference. I've heard that reference before. The Cloud Song reference. Dang.
They had that Atlantis thing. And that's kind of when the game started going downhill, is when they added in like all the PvE elements to make it more EverQuest type.
Evercrack. No.
Did Chun-Li ever show up in
Chun-Li was the post-credits teaser. She'll be the villain of the next movie.
Dude, like that would be cool too, man. I would like a Street Fighter Mortal Kombat like,
crossover. Yeah, that would be super.
Just keep it a fight. You just keep it
one-on-one.
Shows up, gets Chun-Li as like Earthrealm defender. Like there you go.
Done. That would be really cool. I'd be so up for that. Even if I like, especially like Hadoukens finally get to like go through people.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. One white guy, one white woman, the rest all minorities.
I don't know what Cole is, like the main weird character.
He's Asian.
Is he Asian?
Louis Tan is Asian.
Louis Tan.
Oh, okay. So
Asian.
Yeah.
Then he's Asian.
Yeah.
Then yes, one white guy.
He's like Asian American, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think so. I've literally never heard of him.
Shatterstar. So.
No, he's British.
Oh, that's right. He was
Half
Shatterstar.
Chinese, half English.
Huh.
Is what Wikipedia says. He was
British.
into the Badlands.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that too.
Because he was the
Iron Fist.
was he the young kid in Into the Badlands? Like
He was the younger kid. He wasn't like a kid.
the main one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the main character that they followed. Okay, yeah. Who had like the powers or whatever.
No, because
Right.
that's.
Who was the one that had the powers? I don't know. He's in it.
I
know
don't
he's
remember.
in
Yeah, I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, I have to rewatch
Finish
it
it out.
because
I gotta finish it out, too.
I never finished it
Yeah, same here.
because the first season is absolutely fantastic. It's literally Game of Thrones, but like done right. Like
Oh yeah,
to me, honestly, like
the political intrigue is done just right. Yeah.
the political intrigue is absolutely fantastic. It's really it's
The almost R thing kind of like almost threw me off though.
In Game of Thrones,
First season of Into the Badlands.
I don't even remember the almost R.
Remember his previous girl, or I guess his lost love.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Like the dude's a jerk. So he's like a complete utter scumbag.
Yeah.
He gets his just desserts.
But you gotta show it to set it up, and that's what's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think that's fine because it just shows how evil and like immoral and like terrible that person is.
They're not a flag smasher. You're not supposed to like him.
And it shows just like how misguided he is with his loyalty as well, because he doesn't know, and then he finds out, right? If I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he kills him at the end, right? Or not at the end. But yeah, that guy was great. That guy was awesome. Villain. I hated him. Like you hated
and that's
that guy.
a good villain. Yeah.
Yeah, you hated that guy. Like I can just see him now with the beard and like he was so arrogant and he had the right to be that.
Oh
like,
no, yeah.
Because
like there was a reason behind it all.
There. Like he's got like the huge kingdom and everything. Like yeah. Mark 63366 says as soon as they kill same with the books. He says Game of Thrones was great for the first 5. It's the same with the books. As soon as they kill off you agree it goes downhill.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Like literally, as soon as Agree dies, the whole story like goes to crap because it does. There's no like actual like legit person you're rooting for anymore. Like she was like honestly, like who can you say is like a decent person that you could root for because they just kept killing all the decent people off, which is just utterly absurd. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't happen. I just don't think that. It's hard for me
John,
to
maybe.
That. Even then, he's just like I don't know.
He just kind of sucks.
He's just like a wussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like any of the decisions he makes, it's like that's the only decision he can make because he's like he doesn't like I don't know. He doesn't really take any bold stances. I feel like unless he's like forced to. Like there's no other option for him. Retro Game says that final season killed interest. Dude, my wife hated because she got me back into it. So I stopped watching after like 4 or 5 or whatever. And then she had been watching it. So she got me back into it at like, what is it? The last one's 8, right?
Yeah.
So she got me back into it in 7. And I would just sit there and be like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what's happening here? I don't like I was just like, she was like, stop it, you're ruining it for me. Because I was just like questioning like the decision making and like what was going on and just like, this is weird. Like, but also like I didn't feel like I missed anything between 4 and 7 or whenever I quit.
Well, that's kind of what happened to me.
Really changed.
I
still haven't seen those seasons.
Neither have I. I watched like the first 3 or 4 with a roommate I had back in whatever the years those were. Then I stopped watching because I just didn't care. And then I was dating a girl at the time. 8 came out and we watched it. And I feel like I didn't miss anything. Like it was just kind of like, anything I missed, she explained in like a sentence.
Oh, this person killed them. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Oh, they invaded there. Oh, cool. Great.
Yeah. Dude, I remember like, oh my gosh.
Holy cow. I'm okay.
Yeah,
Go
go ahead, Don.
Red Wedding happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was still married.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
a while ago.
While ago that was.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was still watching with Red Wedding. I knew that was happening because I had read the books.
Yeah,
you read the
I
books.
read the books
Yeah.
by that time.
All right, here it is. Here it comes.
But dude, I remember, dude. I don't think you guys. I know Don was with us. I don't think you were with us at the time yet, Spencer.
Probably not.
But I wrote this like scathing piece, just like tearing apart the Battle of Winterfell and just how like absolute trash it was. And it wasn't just because it was dark. It was just like this is it was so they had abandoned what Game of Thrones was about. Like people like get killed in these like no-win scenarios. They die. That's what happened. They face the consequences of their decisions. And they had this like scene where it's just like Jamie and whatever the big tall woman.
Brienne.
Brienne.
Captain Phasma.
Captain Brienne. And like just fighting against the wall. And it's like, no, these people are dead. Like they're dead.
Right? Like they need to die.
Yeah, the captain like goes on a charge and he somehow like survives after everyone just gets wiped out.
You can't build your series on everybody could die. There's no plot armor, and then plot armor everybody.
And then, but like I just like tore into it, just like how trash that episode was. And people were like, oh, like I was like even how they filmed like Arya like killing him. It's just like what? Like that does like how did she like leap? What did she do? Like leap and then disappear and then like stab him? Like what?
Are you talking about the Night King?
Yeah, when she kills the Night King, it makes no sense that they filmed it.
Who freaking knows? She appears.
He's literally surrounded by an entire army, and she just like shows up and is able to get to him.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I remember people were just like, dude, yeah, this, like, your take is horrible. Game of Thrones is the greatest, blah, blah, blah. And then literally, like, 2 episodes later, everyone's just like, this is the worst show I've ever seen.
My favorite,
I told you.
My favorite result from that last season is that those two guys wrapped it up like that super fast and sloppily so that they could go do Star Wars. And then after that, Disney and Lucasfilm said, nah, we're not going to give you Star Wars.
Which is crazy because they probably would have. I mean, I think they actually did a really good job until they didn't have the material. They didn't have the material.
Right. That's a big part.
They were great at actually adapting. That first season is literally the first book.
It's just, it's like one for one, like right out of the book.
Like, it's such a great adaptation. That first season is a great. I went and read the book afterwards, and I was like, wow, this is pretty much the book. I think they should have kept the Catelyn Stark stuff. I didn't like. I think that stuff was like they should have kept that stuff. Like if you're like you got to keep that. But yeah, I know people give. I think people give Benioff and Weiss like. I think they just give them way too much. It's not their fault that George R. R. Martin didn't finish the books. Like, how can you adapt something that you don't have?
That's exactly that's exactly the problem. And I know lots of you are going to know what I'm talking about when an anime adaptation is announced for a manga that's nowhere close to being done, and so they have to wrap up a season. So let's do this, and then it diverges, and you're like, what is happening at this point? You get GT.
Retro game. This is kind of what I thought it should have been. Night King wins.
I thought he should have.
Game of Thrones is super bleak and terrible. All these people are fighting for power, and what should have ended up happening if you like, the power doesn't matter when you're dead. Like you were so busy focused on this throne that you didn't realize that there was this outside threat comes in and wins. Right. So yeah, I 100% agree with you here. Cool. The Night King should have been the final antagonist. It was anticlimactic to go from supernatural, ancient, undead evil to wine mom on. Yes, 100%. And to me, like if I was writing the story, that's how. If I was writing Game of Thrones, and I think being true, like from the books that I read, being true to Game of Thrones, the Night King wins because they're so divided. and so like torn apart and hating each other and warring with each other. Cersei's never like she's so stone-hearted and cold-hearted. She's never going to team up with the blonde, whatever her name is, Daenerys. She's never going to team up with Jon Snow. So they're just not going to be able to unite, and Night King's going to just own you. Like he owned them. I got you.
No!
Like the Night King like literally owned them at the Battle of Winterfell, and then he's like, all right, just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah. No.
So no, the Night King should have won. And like just kept hunting them down, and then he should have been the one sitting on the throne at the end. And yeah.
Well, with that last season, I think that's a good indicator of how the books are going to turn out. Night King's not going to win.
No, I mean they said they were getting advice from Martin. I mean, there's a reason why he's never going to finish those books, because I think he realizes that his story's trash at the end of the day. Now, I mean, who wants to read that? I mean,
busy work with HBO.
I mean, yeah, he's got some 3-year deal, and they're doing some like Targaryen, like, what is it, prequel show or whatever. They got the British guy from Doctor Who coming in who's actually a great actor, Matt Smith. Like wasn't he Purple Man? Is that the guy who was Purple Man?
No. You're thinking
oh, that's the other Doctor Who. They're both Doctor Who, right? Matt Smith is Doctor Who too. Okay, yeah, the other guy, the Purple Man guy is great. That guy's fantastic.
Yeah, that guy. Not Barrowman. Damn it.
I mean, the Jessica Jones show is okay, but the Purple Man acting was fantastic.
Yeah.
Restaurant, YouTube me.
Tennant. There you go.
David Tennant. Yeah. Thank you, Dread Pirate Mikey. Welcome to the chat. Running around demanding everyone. I don't even know what YouTube me is doing. So I don't know, why did they censor that? Why was that hidden? I don't know. Yeah, YouTube me. No, this one I don't know. He's got mask in there, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Oh, I see, molesting. Probably.
Oh,
that's maybe probably why. Yeah, House of the Dragon. Yeah, that's been over for a year now, but it looks like they're finally like working on it. I don't know. I think that's a loser for HBO personally. I just don't think people are like, why would you want to go see a prequel? It's like the Star Wars stuff. Like, who wants to see more of that stuff? It's so bad.
like the ending to Game of Thrones was so bad that I can't.
Yeah.
Like everybody from like fans to normies all kind of agreed, like, wow, that sucked. And you're expecting them to give you another hit? Like, it's not happening.
Yeah,
especially when it's not based on any of the writings. Like, it's a completely original thing, isn't it?
No, it's based off of some book that he wrote.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it is based off of they've got some source material.
Yeah, is it going to be like The Hobbit where they stretch it out? Hey, Izzy.
They have like some. He's got some kind of like timeline book or whatever. I guess it's like similar to like the Silmarillion or something. I don't know. I stopped reading.
Take from J.R.R. stuff where he implied that things were happening during a certain age, and then trying to make a story out of that.
Yeah, Retro Game says Game of Thrones is another franchise corpse on the PR. I have no idea. I mean, the one thing with Game of Thrones though, it didn't have the political crap in it. It just stated the politics was in the show.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Like, the ending was just that last season was just really just horrible because they didn't have anything to adapt off of. Like even though season before, like when you weren't like they didn't have the source material. Like I said, you can't really fault them for not having the source material. Like, what do you do? Like, I mean, like HBO is like, you got to keep going. We're like making tons of money. Like, we're getting like tons of subscribers. Like, keep going. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you got to have like, there's so much pressure there. It's hard for me to know what kind of decision I would make there. But like, maybe you want to say like, hey, let's just wait for him to finish the books, and then you put the pressure on Martin.
And now we're in 2021 and season 5 is TBD.
Yeah. So
but no, definitely put that pressure on him.
Yeah.
I can only think of
I think he deserves the blame personally.
I can only think think of one thing where they didn't have the source material to end the adaptation, but they did it well enough to where it stood on its own.
What was that?
First Full Metal Alchemist.
I was gonna guess that too. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, because they hadn't finished the comic or the manga.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so they kind of just gave it its own ending that really worked. Like they really cared about it. But no, I'm there with you, Don.
YouTube me is talking about his wild. This is what he's always talking about now. Martin's always talking about his wild card stuff. But I don't know anything about it. So what do you mean by the
IP violation
in the wild cards? Is he just like is he just like referencing a lot of stuff from other
like Ready Player
properties?
One?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, here's Tom Bombadil. Oh, wait.
Tom Laserbadil. God,
yeah.
The Force, it's the push.
Yeah, I've watched. I haven't dude. Full Metal Alchemist is just like literally. Again, I've watched a bunch of it and it's really good, and I haven't finished it.
The first
is like definitely for me.
That.
The first one.
Okay.
I've watched both actually. I watched the first one and then Brotherhood, and I just haven't finished all. I haven't finished either of them. But yeah, I think both are like really good. Highly enjoyed. I mean, almost like every kind of anything that I've seen out of Japan that's like has like some kind of like mainstream, like mainstream nerd appeal, I guess, is usually pretty good. I haven't. Yeah.
Despite what all the trade magazines say about anime audience and how it's niche and probably not going to beat Mortal Kombat.
Fast Steven Seagal is asking, why does that man have a door knocker?
That's Steven!
I don't know. I don't.
He's talking about your mic.
Talking about me.
Is he talking about my beard?
No, he's talking about this.
Oh,
my septum piercing. Oh. It's so I know to let you in, Steven. Gosh, I want you to come up.
Talking, I thought he was talking to me.
Yeah, he's talking to you. He's talking about your mic.
Oh, he's talking about my mic?
Yeah.
Is my mic's not a door knocker. Like, doesn't even look. I think Spencer.
I think he's talking about me.
He'll have to explain.
Good to see him though.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Fat Steven Seagal.
Love seeing Fat Steven.
And
good job on your.
So.
Oh my gosh.
I would hope so. In my nostrils.
And good job, good job on your channel growth, Steven. I'm watching it go, and it's going really well. That's awesome, man.
All right, I know Don tried to transition us to Falcon and the Winter Soldier earlier.
Oh, I didn't. I was just talking crap on it.
Oh, yeah. It was a good segue. It would have been a good segue, but I wanted to stay where we were and then get to it in the second hour here. We're kind of on the second hour right now. So I still haven't watched it. I've only seen like a couple, like when I've been when I was doing the Emily Van Camp video that I put up yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. I had to do it. I watched that Stinger scene, and then I watched I saw a little couple clips just so I had some context for like what I was writing about and talking about. And that's why I didn't really give an opinion. I didn't give really much of an opinion because it's hard to give an opinion on something you haven't seen. But so I haven't seen it. But we got this Tim Pool has been going pretty hard for it, touting that, especially the last episode. He was really touting how it's an anti-woke show. So do you want to pull that up real quick?
I'm pulling it now.
Rest of enjoyed the Dota anime. I haven't checked that out. I tried
about that.
I tried to watch the Dragon's Dogma one. I don't know. It was too slow. The pacing was off. I wanted things to.
I forgot that there was a Dragon's Dogma one. The Castlevania one's ending.
Yeah, there's a reason why. That second season was. I think again the pacing was too slow. Castlevania is literally an action Castlevania is an action RPG.
You don't want two original characters, Do Not Steal, just talking for 9 hours?
No, I don't need like a 20-minute clip of people walking through a freaking market, like talking. Like that's.
Get ready for Marvel Space
Pinnacle. 4. Yeah, I was gonna say Pinnacle of storytelling. That's where we're all headed.
I feel like the last time I've like there's only like there. I'm trying to think of like good like action vampire stuff, and it's like Blade, like Underworld, and then, like I did like old Buffy, and like True. I did like True Blood on HBO. Although that obviously has like some drama stuff, but
right.
But when it gives you the action, it's pretty good. Yeah,
that movie is so. I'm so sad we never got like a sequel to that movie.
All right,
missed
so
opportunities. Why do I keep doing that?
Yeah, you're going into the back end there.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Red. That's weird. Mine does not look like that.
I think you can choose colors. I think you can choose it.
Revul Arvita saying Vampire Hunter D.
Anime,
yeah.
There was always there's great stuff.
I was
out in the East. I think we're focusing more on like Western stuff. Like
if I was gonna, there's like this Netflix has like Be the Blade or Be the Beginning, which is kind of like it's not really
never heard of it.
The freaking Castlevania.
Yeah, all right, so so let's just go through this. Basically, if you just want to scroll to the bottom, you can just go to that because he tweets all the same stuff he says in the. He tweets all the stuff he says in the. You got to go back up to the first tweet there.
There it is.
Right there. Don wants you to zoom in.
Of course.
Because I'm an old man.
Old man Don.
Is that the first one? Let's go back. Actually, go back up to the real top, and then we'll come back to those.
Real top.
There we go. Right there.
Real top.
Then the tweet. There it is. Right there.
Horrible.
So this is from yesterday.
Where did this happen?
So Tim Pool tweeted this. I don't know who this article is from. I didn't try and look. I didn't really care. Who he's screen grabbing, and he didn't tell us, so he doesn't care either. I assume it's like Inverse or something.
It looks like Inverse.
With the dark theme.
The dark theme, and then the like gradient line under the beginning of the article.
Yeah, that's the dark theme is usually Inverse. No one else uses that that I've seen. Oh yeah, so he says here the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is anti-woke, and woke leftists are pissed. It now realizes a show about a black man beating Antifa with the American flag. And then his example, though, is the Flag Smashers also carried with them the aesthetics and evocation of Antifa. Never mind that Antifa and the Flag Smashers have little in common outside a preference for black clothing. But he was the one who says that they're, whatever. He's the one who's comparing them, and then he says they're not really.
Get ready for mental gymnastics, folks.
Seriously, the example that he's using, just reading that, like, how do you write that? How do you? I
don't know. I genuinely don't know how he got to that.
How do you write that they evoke Antifa and then say like they don't have anything in common except they're black? Like what? That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
He's not,
this person. Yeah. So this is. I'm not criticizing Tim here.
No, I know.
I'm criticizing this example here. Like the person who wrote that is an idiot because they literally contradicting themselves in two sentences. Like,
well, if it's inverse, then yes. Definitely.
Yeah. But remember, that Antifa is either non-existent or good guys. So
it's an idea. That's what Uncle Joe told me. Come on, man.
All
right. So then he follows that up with this one here. This next one.
Too far.
The replies from woke leftists. I didn't include any of the replies. The show is about open borders, leftists engaging in terror to maintain open borders. Sam rejects wokeness and becomes Captain America and beats Antifa with the shield. Even U.S. agent is a good guy in the show. So then if you scroll down again to the bottom, so he has this video. He did a video and he talks about it, and I transcribed all of it. But he basically makes all his points here on Twitter as well, which he did the day before he did that Timcast IRL stream. And he says here, the Falcon becomes Captain America and then uses a shield style like the American flag to beat up open borders Antifa types. It doesn't seem all that woke to me. A soldier with PTSD watches his best friend die at the hands of the open borders Antifa type. She tells him that his friend's life, a black man, didn't matter. She's just out for political goals. At one point, Falcon says, "I'm not black, Falcon. It's just Falcon." I actually saw the part. I did watch that scene where she's
the Black Falcon one.
No. The part with the guy, the flag smasher guy, dying. I didn't see him dying. I just saw the aftermath. They literally have a meeting, and then she says one world, and then I guess they're supposed to say something afterwards, and they're all just kind of looking at her, and she's gives them a like come on, and then they're like one people,
Yeah, that's
And I
how
was
it
just
ends
like,
too. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, okay. And then if you keep going.
Yep.
And then he just says there's a lot in the show that is fairly anti-woke. I'm loving it. The Antifa people are begging Falcon not to buy into the nationalist BS, but he decides to wear the American flag instead, even after he's told by a black super soldier that no self-respecting black man would be Captain America.
Oh, that's a lot.
So I'm just really like, Sam Wilson is literally a veteran.
Yeah. That's
Like,
how Cap meets him.
Yeah, he's literally a veteran who is helping out like Iraq war vets or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's like doing like
he's the counselor. Yeah, the PTSD.
Yeah,
counseling.
he's like a counselor. That's what he's doing. Like, did they like? I don't
like.
He already served the country. I don't like. So I guess there's a line where he says there's a line in there where, yeah, I saw that Iron Patriot too.
Yeah. Seriously,
I saw that going around. But yeah, it's so, like he's already like represented the military. It's just, I guess really, why would he like be struggling with it again? He already did it.
He was
yeah. To me the bigger struggle would be like going back after maybe seeing like some kind of like seeing that like, oh, the government got us into this war based off lies.
Right, that would something be, like that, something disillusiony,
or like he had to kill like a 3-year-old kid who was carrying a bomb.
Right.
Like the Punisher did that. Like the Punisher, remember? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember that.
So I don't.
Punisher makes like baby armor.
Like he's like joins the Avengers, which is like a U.S. government sanctioned group. So he's fighting.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Well. They are. I'm pretty like in the beginning of Civil War. They are.
They're not sanctioned. Adjacent. They're just operating. Like that's the whole point of Civil War is that they answer to nobody.
Yeah. I guess they're kind of like Justice League. I guess at that point still.
But they have to answer to somebody,
and then Tony
puts them
right. Yeah, you're right.
On the Accords, and there's Ross, and yeah.
But he's still like he's working for. He's still working for like. He's still getting like government. They're still getting government funding, right? As the Avengers.
I think that was all. I thought that was all. Stark.
That's all Stark funding. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Ross was at the funeral.
But yeah, then Ross brings him in with the Sokovian Accords. But that's like the UN. So, I don't know. I always thought the Avengers Initiative was Nick Fury, and he is SHIELD, which is a government agency.
Right, but at that point, SHIELD didn't exist.
But at that point, SHIELD was.
But
wouldn't it's gone? No, it's like.
Well,
gone.
Yeah, wouldn't. I mean, isn't the Avengers still like under? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I always assumed that they were just an independent operating team that happened to be based in America, in New York.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah.
So that's why they can go everywhere, like to where Sokovia and Nigeria or wherever else.
In Baltimore.
Yeah,
Oakland.
Dread Pirate Mikey says the Avengers are working for SHIELD up until Winter Soldier when SHIELD is like dissolved. Mm-hmm. And then is that when they just become their own thing then?
Yeah, they probably spark off of that to become their own thing because it wasn't that
YouTube like says they became private after Civil War or after Civil War.
I don't. Was there even? I guess Age of Ultron.
I think after Winter Soldier they become private because that's when
that's when Hydra is revealed,
and then obviously after Civil War, they do the they hint at it. They hint at that's where like Cap and them were. They were the what is the stupid Secret Avengers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which. That's just.
I mean, I don't know if that was an official team, but.
Well, right, but like, I mean, you obviously know they were doing something because like they all show like Cap shows up with Sam to take out when they get the signal from Scarlet Witch or whatever, or whoever it is that calls them
I think it's Scarlet
Witch. To defend against Proxima Midnight and
in Scotland or Ireland.
The Scepter, whose name escapes me right now. Who's actually a really cool
Corvus Glaive.
Yes,
Corvus Glaive. Yeah.
The guy with the glaive.
Can't be that easy.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I assume that they were working together because they like literally showed up with their gear on and like, combat ready. So you assume that they were still like doing stuff even though they were like underground.
Right.
And they didn't think to like seek out
Sharon
Carter though, like literally help them get away, help them.
I don't blame her for being angry.
Right. But so I feel like I'm dominating the conversation here and I haven't watched the show.
No, not at all.
What do you make of this assertion by Tim Pool that the show is that this is anti-woke? Because this all seems it's based off of that 6th episode, and I guess maybe a little bit of the 5th episode, because the 5th episode, if I remember correctly, is when he talks with Isaiah.
Well, in this article,
Yes.
point out also his other tweets about other episodes.
Yeah, so I point out he talks about that in his own thing. And he does say that he thought it was woke too. He says the wokeness in Falcon and the Winter Soldier is starting to get too thick, and I think that's episode 2 or 3.
No,
that's 3, or no, it's 2. Where I don't know. It's the Baltimore scene that Don just referenced.
Yeah, with
it's
this
2.
It's 2. Okay.
3 is when they get Zemo.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
And they go to Madripoor. I think Poole. I don't know what Poole is kind of talking about. It feels like a lot of this new analysis that it's not woke is kind of just based on a very superficial reading of everything that's happening. Like, yeah, like the Falcon says, "I'm not Black Falcon. It's just Falcon." But is that really like an anti-woke thing, or is that really more just correcting the kid? Like, because he is just Falcon, you know, like I get it.
There's no White Falcon though. That's like so.
Right, exactly.
To me, that doesn't even make sense.
What?
That
makes
sense
total,
to me.
no, that makes 100% sense to me, because like so many superheroes have like black superheroes have black in front of their name, like Black Lightning, right? So it's like I assume that's what the kids are like. Hey, it's Black Falcon.
No, I think it was more of like a thing. It's like that's the Black Captain America because he's a black person.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They even said that in the final episode. It's like,
right, no, but it's,
look, the Black Falcon.
Right, that's
Captain America.
So,
yeah.
To me, that's why this doesn't make sense, because he's the only person that's ever been Falcon.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that kid is just making inferences and assuming that's his name. Because I mean, I don't know how often the Avengers come out and go, "I'm Falcon. Here's my badge." Like that scene to me, like that. I'll give Poole this. That 6th episode does really flip a lot of the quote unquote wokeness on its head, but it still doesn't erase what they did with the rest of the show. And there are still really weird moments in that 6th episode. Like, even though Carly is
fight scene.
Yeah, exactly. Like Carly is a terrorist. Yeah, I don't want to fight you. Come on. And Carly is not only a terrorist, as we've seen her before, like blow up the building, but she's actively like lighting armored vehicles on fire.
Yeah, she's attacking
these like senators,
and she's attacking. She attacks him like.
Yeah, right. And then
she attacks him.
And then he. That's from the scene. Yeah, right there. That's their final fight. And and after this, like Sam does that thing where like he carries her body and he like descends with it later because she died, and it's sad. And it's like, how can you even try and pretend Carly is still any semblance of respectable after this, right?
And he leaves. He leaves Sharon, right? Sharon's like wounded, right?
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me either. Like, so Sharon's wounded, those two fight, and then Sharon shoots Carly, and Carly falls over and dies. But Sam rushes to Carly first, and like talks to her and cares about her instead of rushing over to Sharon. And like, yeah, you can do things while you're still wounded, but she could be bleeding out. Like, you don't know what's happening. And I would imagine your friend is kind of more important than the terrorist who just tried to kill you. Doesn't make a lot of sense there. And then there's this really weird moment where afterwards he gets all of these like senators, the repatriation council or whatever.
Is this I think there's a picture of that too. That might be up.
Is after, or it's right here.
Right there.
So during this moment he saves them.
It's amazing how I'm like, oh,
you know exactly.
Looks like
you know exactly
scene.
where it is. Yeah.
Put the picture in.
Well, yeah, we'll get to the costume in a sec. But like, in this moment, like this is probably the wokest moment for me after that stupid cop scene.
He gives a speech, right?
He gives a speech, and it's kind of very standard superhero fluff, but then it's also sort of very poorly written. Like, it feels like it was written by a 12-year-old. And basically Sam is yelling at them saying, like, you got to help these people. Why do you think people fell for Carly's message in the first place?
So it's like,
you need to help.
Kind of like a Bane thing.
It's a preachy moment.
A little.
He's
it's
talking
very
to
preachy.
them like, you have a great responsibility and you should know how to exercise yourself within that. And it's just like,
but you're missing the best.
I'm a grown-ass man, dude.
Well, you're missing the best part, Don, which is that senator, the guy on the left, or that politician guy, he literally asks Sam. He goes, "Okay, we can try and work better, but what do you recommend we do? Right? Like, what's your plan?" There's a lot of logistics in rehoming 6 billion people or 3 billion people who just happened to show back up after 5 years. And Sam literally says, "You do better." That's it. What do you suggest we do? It's really hard to do this. You do better, Senator. That's his explanation. Like, that's the woke.
So the show's actually trying to deal with all these people who have just like come back from.
Not really. It's weird.
Wasn't that what the whole like?
Yeah, but nobody ever really deals with it. Like, we see
realistically would deal with it the way they're dealing with it in the show.
No, yeah. Like, it feels very, very forced the way they are painting the GRC as bad guys. I don't see the he kills one guy with a shield, but does that really make it anti-woke? Not really.
What
happens with US Agent in the last episode?
Oh, he's a great guy. Dude, okay, Carly throws the armored truck with some of the G20 people in it on fire over a cliff. Agent Walker has an option: keep fighting Carly or go save the truck from falling. He chooses to go save the truck from falling.
Yeah, that sounds like what a hero would do.
That's what a hero does. But in the previous episodes,
what Spider-Man does.
And a narrative of this guy is going falling down. He is Kirk Douglas, like in LA, falling under the pressure of what it means to be Captain America, and his brain is snapping slowly but surely. And then all of a sudden, he snaps back into it and saves a bunch of people. It would have made more sense if he went after Carly and said,
"Was he defying?
I'm here for revenge."
Was he defying orders too to go out and do that, to be on the field?
Yeah. He defied orders.
Almost like Steve Rogers in Civil War.
And then to that end, Don, like there's that last moment.
So bad.
It's bad. Then there's that last moment, Don, where like I forget who they're chasing. It's not Carly. I think it's like the other terrorists, and Bucky and Walker like cut him off. Right? You remember what I'm talking about? Like under the bridge. And then Bucky and Walker are just like, cool. And so are the police with Walker. Like, even though he's technically violating the law by acting as captain, it's very inconsistent. It doesn't.
So
I don't know. It's very directionless.
Ravul Arvita has and I kind of hinted at that this might be the reason too, in our Slack chat before stream. But he says here they changed the writing because the show was tanking due to its wokeness, and we know that they had an hour of that Zemo dancing that they actually like put out. So we know they filmed like an hour of Zemo dancing, and
I thought it was just the same thing on a loop. Wasn't that it?
Oh, was it? I thought they like released an hour of him just actually.
Yeah, but I think it's just an hour long of like a loop of him.
Oh, really?
That scene ends and it starts over again and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to watch an hour of that.
With the vault thing that they used to film, I don't know if they used the vault for this, but it's possible that they could have made changes using that vault tech, and they filmed a bunch of different things. There's rumors that that's what they do with Star Wars. They had they filmed like lots of different things to figure out how they're going to cut it up and edit it. I don't know. To me, this is kind of, I don't know. The Spellman guy was talking about it was going to be super woke from the very beginning. And that was like 2 years ago. He was talking about that in interviews at San Diego Comic-Con.
I feel like it's got those woke moments, but that's it like, again, it has no direction because it doesn't know if it really wants to fully go into those woke moments or fully go into respecting the comic book characters, because they flirt with each side, and that leads to these weird decisions where Walker's becoming unhinged, but now he's totally cool, or the terrorists are, they can be reasonable. They could reasonably argue that they're just trying to help people, but then they go off and kill people like immediately. It's so weird.
It's this weird fence straddling thing that the show wants to do. It wants to be so many things, and it tries to be these many things at the same time, and it ends up being nothing. And the problem is with fence straddling, you don't realize there's barb on the fence. You end up cutting up your balls, and your testicles are all over the
floor. Just a normie says, as a normie, I am supposed to be the audience. I am so fracking done. Well, I am too. I am done as well. Before we started this conversation, I have not watched the show. I've caught like maybe clips when I was preparing for a video that I did yesterday.
Yeah, Mikey,
I knew what you're talking about.
Do you know, Don? Like what were they trying to accomplish?
So Dread Pirate Mikey is asking, I still can't figure out what the Flag Smashers were trying to accomplish. Redustify half the population of the world. Essentially, they were saying Thanos was right.
It's weird because they're saying that things were better before everybody showed up, but then they're defending all these displaced people who had suddenly shown up after 5 years.
And they don't necessarily even explain how it was better before they came back. Just some sort of like,
or was Carly snapped, or has she been there?
I think she's been there.
She's been there because they all talk about how it was before everybody showed up.
Yeah, but that's their motivation. Is we want it to be how it was. I don't know.
They have this.
What about her lieutenants?
Of deportation.
Deportation
thing.
Wait, what? What deportation thing?
So that last episode pivots, and it's such a signal of deportation. So they're going to deport all of these people that are in these camps back to their original locations or whatever. And it's just like, okay, I know what this is. It's a, closing off the borders kind of thing.
But like, that's the thing is yes, that's what they were clearly trying to go for. But these stories don't translate properly to worlds with supernatural occurrences and Thanos and Captain America superpowers. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, there's that moment where Isaiah Bradley tells them about how, I was one of 10 black men who like survived the super soldier experiments, and then afterwards they all died, and they kept me and put me in jail and experimented on me. That sucks, and that's awful, and they shouldn't have done that. But the show tried to conflate that as like a race thing, like, oh, they wouldn't have put the white Captain America in prison and experimented on him. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, if you're a government project that they got no success with, and then you're the only one who survives, and they don't know why, no shit, they're going to, keep you and experiment on you, because that's what that's their whole goal. Like, they want to know why it works. I'm not saying it's right, but that's why.
Weren't they doing that with Cap in the beginning?
Well, it's a virtue signal to everybody that knows about the
that room. Or go ahead, Don. I'll say what I'm saying in a second. Go ahead, Don.
But yeah, it's a virtue signal to those that know about the Tuskegee syphilis experiments.
Right. Yeah.
And it's essentially like signaling to the black viewer, like, yes, this is the nod to that. Thank you very much. Can we get our woke points now?
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, you got your woke points, great. But here's the problem. In the end, all that gets flipped around. Isaiah Bradley is no longer like, oh yeah, you're not a self-respecting black man if you wear that flag. Okay, yeah, wearing the flag. I gotta admit, you're doing it right.
Yeah, right. And also, again, Iron Patriot.
And he already served. He was Sam Wilson was a veteran.
No, but he meant the flag, I guess.
Yeah, but
like the shield.
To John's greater point, Yes, every person that wears any kind of uniform in the eyes of Isaiah Bradley is not a self-respecting black person because of what they did to a black person in the past.
It's also weird because there's that moment where Sam's like, well, why don't you come out now? Like, everything is freaking changed. We have, space alien enemies. And he's just like, nothing will change. They won't accept me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Have you not met the Iron Patriot?
Dude, right? And like, Avengers are a thing. There's a museum to Captain America. I bet Isaiah could have come out and been like, this is me, and gotten his own exhibit right off the bat. It just feels like he didn't even
If they stay true to the comics, he was a war hero.
Mm-hmm.
Like he influences.
He still is, yeah.
Retrogram asks, how do you smash a flag? Anyways, it's cloth. It's a non-rigid material that doesn't get smashed. So the original flag smasher literally is he goes to the UN building in New York and like smashes all the flags off their poles. That's what he does. And then and the original flag smasher was a guy. Yeah,
he's a big buff dude with a costume and everything.
He looked really cool. He's got like this like flying motorcycle. Retro Game here also had another.
He kind of looks. Oh my gosh! I just realized Flag Smasher kind of looks like our logo. Like
really?
the OG Flag Smasher. Yeah, let me grab this picture.
They're green. Well, hold on. So yeah,
what green?
Pull it up. He's green. His costume is green. He's got like the green logo. Oh, it's black. Okay, there's one where it's green. I think the Earth is green. I think. I feel like maybe
he's surrounded by green. I think that's what you're.
Okay.
You're mistaken.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. I have it.
That guy looks cool though, man. Look at him. Look at that.
Why isn't it copying?
Yeah, Carly could never look like that.
That guy that's a cool design.
I think this is what you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Space Ghost.
Yeah, right.
He does look like Space Ghost.
His target, the UN.
Yeah, that's why, because the background screen. But yeah, Retro Game says here, you're in the back end again.
I'm in the back end.
Yeah, I don't have that orange red.
It's because I picked it.
He says, I'm also getting really tired in seeing young female characters with no experience in these leadership roles. Seriously, who is going to go follow a little ginger girl in a paramilitary group?
Oh, because
she's the next Captain America.
Yeah, she's
wait, what?
Guy who got
she's the next Captain America?
No, so what Don and I are referencing is there's a moment where Carly and another one of her lieutenants like go to get their secret plans from yada yada yada, and they're sitting there talking. Yeah, the vials of the super soldier serum in the graveyard, and then Carly basically, they're just having this chat, and I don't remember what prompts it. I think she's like complaining about John Walker, like I can't believe he's Captain America, and then her lieutenant's like, I never thought there could be another Captain America until I met you. And like that's all they touch upon too, and then she kind of looks at him like, what? And then something happens and they leave.
I don't think she looked at him like what. It's like looked at him like, yeah. I think
it's like it's not like a what, but more like a what? I never realized that. Like wow,
so
like because her eyes get wide and she's like, whoa.
I think they were hitting the point home, like, okay, this guy used to idolize Captain America, and now he's getting decapitated by his.
But again, it's like it's exactly like you said. It's for those symbolic woke points because. That would have been awesome to explore that. Imagine if Carly, like herself, was a big Captain America fanboy, right? Like, way more interesting than whatever we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you have Incredibles.
Mm-hmm. And hey, that's a good story.
It's like the best Fantastic Four adaptation we've ever gotten.
Yeah, for real.
Vintage Comic Love says, so U.S. agent who had special forces training and the super serum gets beaten by a girl with no training. Makes sense.
Yep. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, that fight scene is weird. You know what else is weird? And I don't know if you caught this, Don, because and I got sparked because I was thinking of them fighting, is that scene where she kills Lamar. It makes no sense because 3 seconds before that fight between the good guys and the bad guys start, like the Flag Smashers and our heroes started, they're holding Walker and trying to stab him. Like they're trying to kill him, and then they accidentally kill Lamar, and then they just leave. Like, why would you not just finish the job? Like all three of them, Bucky, Sam, and John, are shocked, and you're just out of here. Like, what's happening in this show?
Dude, I would love to get Shadiversity's take on all these fight scenes, but for me, when you stage a fight scene, there have to be stakes, and you have to follow through with those stakes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, okay, we hit the stake, now we have to leave. Now we have to cut off any kind of those continuing building consequences, because you have the audience enraptured in that moment, and then all of a sudden you just cut that emotional connection with the scene off, and you
Mike just is going to peace out.
Yeah,
fighting all for one.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Well, it's also, you see that same thing, Don, in the Wakanda fight, or like the Lajamor, whatever their names are, versus
Dora
Milaje versus our heroes. Like, if you rewatch that fight scene, she's out for Oyo is out for blood. Like, she almost kills John, she almost kills Sam. Bucky, like, both times grabs her spear to stop it, but then like they leave Zemo alone. Like they burst into the room and Zemo is standing right there in spear hitting distance.
Who they're
and they
looking
just
for,
ignore
right?
him. Right, yeah, they're looking for him, and they're willing to kill all the heroes. And then later we find that they just wanted to like imprison Zemo. Like they eventually get Zemo and they're just gonna take him back to Wakanda and hold him prisoner and like give him a trial.
No, they're gonna put him to the raft.
Is that what they're doing?
Yep.
Oh, that's right, because that's where it ends. That's
they're
right.
They're gonna take him to the raft. So
yeah, they don't even do the Wakanda thing.
They don't even do Wakanda justice. It's just like
What happened? Yeah, I was gonna ask what happens to that. They just like dip out after that episode. You never see him again.
You see him one more time as they're like escorting Zemo onto their spaceship like plane to take him to the raft. That's it.
What? Also, so wait, what? Were they convinced by someone to take him to the raft instead of back to Wakanda?
That's just what they do. There's no explanation for it.
Dude, Phil had a great point. Just like, how do you get a bunch of like Wakandan royal guard just walking around and no one notice?
That was my entire problem with that freaking episode, because you have Sam, Bucky, John, and Lamar on a freaking like covert mission to try and find these terrorists who are in hiding, and you have John literally walking down the street like a normal street in his outfit, him and Lamar, and then you have Bucky and Sam shout fighting because they're arguing, and Bucky's arm is out. Like, are you telling me nobody on the street would be like, "Oh, hey, it's Captain America from America. Take photo, video, and post it," and somebody on the Flag Smashers would be like, "Oh crap, they're here! Like, we gotta go!" Like, no, it doesn't make any sense. They just walk. Like,
Deviant Pork also pointed this out too. If the good guys remember, they used to have guns. The story would have been far shorter. I rewatched the opening scene of Civil War as well, and Falcon is using quite a bit of guns.
Doesn't he have he has Uzis? Yeah, he's got cool like the gun wrists.
Yeah,
and John is even shown using his sidearm in that first fight against Carly, on top of the truck. Like he blocks that hit and then he like shoots at her. So yeah, I don't know why more heroes don't use guns. Bucky used a gun
in First Avenger. Bucky used it all the time in Winter Soldier.
All the time.
Infinity War.
Black Widow doesn't even use any firearms anymore. She just uses those stupid like electroshock things.
And then her sticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is disappointing.
Iron Man.
Technically, maybe Iron Man and like Star-Lord do if you count the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, first Iron Man, he uses those homing rockets to kill.
Dude, I love that scene. he just lands and like doesn't even look at him, and it just goes and just takes him out. Yeah.
And then he gives doesn't he like give he smashes the wall then and grabs the other guy and is like, he's yours to do it.
Yeah, he like grabs. Oh, it's so cool.
Which that's totally like Stark falling into his emotions because he doesn't even care. He's just like, just gonna give them to the people who've been abused. I don't care what happens to that guy. Dread Pirate Mikey says Falcon must have lost his guns in the show. Does his suit not have any firearms anymore? I watched when I was like going through that last episode a little bit.
Look,
he uses the bird
Red Wing
robot, Red Wing.
He uses him a bunch
to scan the helicopter to see if there's anyone has flight training, and instead of just like
it's magic.
It's so weird. Like
it's
like,
just
what?
The writing is just so inconsistent. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like what Porg is saying here. And Bucky and Sam face no consequences for Zemo out of prison. Like, no, they don't. They are.
I was about to.
They're all great at the end. And then there's like the whole point of the show was Sam coming into his own as Cap and Bucky leaving behind the Winter Soldier name. And then at the end of the series, it still says, they do that title change to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. But it's like, well, why are you still calling him the Winter Soldier? Like that kind of defeats the purpose of your whole redemptive arc. Like, and then
does he still refer to himself as the Winter Soldier? He's less like Bucky, right?
Yeah.
He's
he
Bucky.
Calls himself Bucky in Civil War.
Only one person refers to him. Only one person refers to him as Winter Soldier, and that's Zemo. Because he tells him, you've got to act like the Winter Soldier because we're going into Madripoor.
Right.
What, Restergram? You didn't like Sam talking to birds? I like Sam talking to birds.
Is a lot better than making Sam the Aquaman of the avian world. Seriously, in the comics, Sam talks to birds.
I liked that, but it's a good translation to something more reasonable for more audiences.
Yeah, I think
does that suit look reasonable?
No, I've never liked the suit. Like ever since they introduced it back when Cap was old, or I forget when Sam took it.
Nick Spencer? Was
that his run? Yeah. The suit, like, I'll give them this. The suit looks accurate. They did a really good job adapting it. Doesn't mean it's a good suit. It's still a bad suit. Like, why is Sam's head open? No Captain America has not worn a helmet, and you're freaking flying, like, all the time.
Yeah, he's going to have lots of bugs.
Dude, he's going to have them all in his teeth,
head.
all over his forehead. It's going to be gross. And yeah, it's like you're Captain America now. I just feel like you need that helmet for protection. John had one. Steve had one. Isaiah presumably had one.
Sam got his suit from the U.S. ski team. What does the U.S. ski team suits look like?
I got to look it up now.
The ski team suits used to look really cool when like Bodie Miller was skiing.
These just look very
I know they had the Captain Marvel.
They've got a lot of. They got
the one chick. The
like,
one chick had the
sponsors.
Captain Marvel suit.
I know.
I remember that.
I know the ski suits are somewhat form-fitting. This suit is not form-fitting at all.
It's more like armor.
Yeah, I hear right. I really don't like what's going on with his face there.
It's really weird. It's like all squished up and
like the fact that there's like no helmet. It's just really weird.
It's really clumpy.
I don't think you would want to. I mean, I also don't think you'd want to put him like in a white hood though.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, because that's the logical conclusion.
Like color extension, right?
The white Power Ranger strikes again.
I mean,
woo, that would have been that's funny.
That's where it would be.
It's anti-woke now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you think the leftists are mad now? Let them try and gymnastic their way out of that happening.
Does he have the stupid? I guess no. That was when Steve was back. They gave him the dumb. And I think they actually had that in Infinity War, where he has those like stupid shield things.
Oh, the stupid shield things when he was Nomad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, he had them in. They redesigned it too, where his shield can be like torn apart in like two pieces, with like the Spencer run. When Steve was like de-aged or whatever, and he came back.
When he has the triangle shield, yeah, because he used that for a little while when he came back. I like that.
Yeah,
shield.
well, it can also like it was like one shield, but then it split.
Yeah.
In
Infinity War, it like splits.
Well, in the comics, it splits. I don't think in the Infinity War he's just using the two things that Black Panther gives him. But no, in the comics, it's a shield. It splits, and he's like freaking Wolverine. Stupid. I
A-Train. Huh.
know.
The other moment that pissed me off about costumes, and I know we all talked about this, but I want to bring our viewers in on it, is Zemo. Like,
yeah.
There's that moment where, first of all, it doesn't make any sense how everybody knew. Like, they go to Madripoor, and then they're like trying to find the power broker, and then the bounty goes out for all of them across Madripoor, and all of a sudden, like, they just know where they are. Like, that really bugged me. Like, all the bounty hunters just know where everybody is in that shipyard.
Did they have a fob from the Mandalorian?
I would have appreciated a fob. At least a fob would have made some sense instead of we all know you're here now.
I like these.
We all know
like,
what you look like too.
Yeah,
they have like all these shows have like writing rooms. Like, did people like not just like, hey,
production?
I got a question.
Nobody looks at him.
No, I don't. I feel like they don't have anybody there to act as sort of like a series Bible. Like, they used to have those sort of roles. Like, I know for Marvel and DC, like their comics for a long time, they had people like in the offices who you would go to, like, hey, has the Flash ever died like this? Or, hey, has Captain America ever had a yellow costume? Just things like that. And they would be like, nope, yes, no, blah, blah, blah. I don't think any of those are in the writer's room because most of these writers are writers for TV. They're writers for other mediums, and they don't get what the appeal of comics, what the comics are about, the characters themselves. So you just get a lot of these.
We know that. They admit it. The Black Widow person admits it. Jack Schaefer.
Yeah, Jack Schaefer admits it. So what I think what happens is the same thing that I feel like everybody is writing like Zack Snyder writes right now, which is, wouldn't it be really cool for this to happen? What if John Walker fights alongside Bucky and Sam, and then he has to fight them, and then everybody goes, cool, how do we get there? And the writers just go, you just do? Like, I don't know, just make it happen. They walk down the streets fully in costume, and they just run into the Flag Smashers. Just do it, whatever. So you get, like, the cool moments are visually fun to watch. Like, I'll admit, like, I love seeing Bucky fight with his arm, and I love seeing the shield toss around every time. But outside of that cool, like, that first moment of like, that's cool to see, there's nothing there because nothing makes sense. Nobody is true to their characters. Nobody's consistent. Everything, like Sam starts the show off saying, like, I got to go find these Flag Smashers because I'm a government contractor and I have all these contracts and that's my job right now. And then,
is that the people who he's chasing in the helicopter scene in the mountains?
Flag Smashers?
No, that was Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah, that was Batroc after he stole something.
But he was doing that because he was being a hero. He wasn't getting paid or anything, right? He was just
that one he was getting paid for.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah,
he's still trying to stop a bad guy, right?
Still trying to stop a bad guy. Yeah, so it's kind of like a serendipitous, like two birds with one stone. But then, so Sam says, like, I have all these government contracts. I have a job. Sorry, Bucky, I can't hang out. And then the next episode, Sam's like, he says, I'm broke. We don't have any money. Sorry, John and Lamar. We can't operate like you. And then he goes home to deal with that stupid boat that had no purpose and has to go get a bank loan. Like, it doesn't make sense. Do you have a lucrative job or not? Like, you can't say in one episode that you've got all these contracts and you're working on them and you're getting paid, and then the next say, I got nothing. Sorry. Like, that's like if I had a friend and he was bragging about how much he just made on like Bitcoin, and then we went to a bar and he goes, oh man, can you get me for this round? I don't have enough money. It's like, what are you talking about? You just bragged about how much money you had.
Vintage Comics says, did I hear right? No Asians in Madripoor.
Oh, and the criminal boss of Madripoor is not Asian.
It's a white woman, right?
It's Sharon.
Right. Well, then the person that Zemo is going to meet is a white woman too.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that old annoying lady.
Yeah.
Oh, to Spencer's point, the writing room does have a lore keeper.
Do they?
Yes.
Well,
Star
they suck
Wars
at their job.
writer's room has a lore keeper.
Yeah,
Hidalgo in them, and
they need to hire.
So then the question. Is
continuity experts.
Well, the question then becomes like, what exactly are they
Doing?
Doing, but more like, what are they holding everybody to? Like, are they trying to hold them to movie continuity, or because it just feels so mishmashed? Like somebody went and read 7 random trade paperbacks of Falcon and then the Ed Brubaker run with Winter Soldier and said, "Got it, let's go. I know everything about these characters." It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if they actually read those runs, it probably would have been a better show.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably didn't even read them.
I would,
or they're reading them, just going like, "What would be cool to adapt? What would be cool for TV?" That's a cool moment for TV, and so you take that big moment so that you can see it on screen, and then you don't care about what's underneath it.
I'm thinking they would do something like, "Okay, Lore Keeper, it's 2021. We need to get this woke thing into the show. Does this woke thing
a woke keeper
collide with anything that went prior? Because we can't have it collide with anything that is, And then the Lore Keeper says, "Okay, do I keep my job, or do I tell them no because it contradicts something that he did earlier in Captain America, Winter Soldier, or Captain America, the first movie?" And then they say, "No, go ahead. Get all the points you need."
And we'll jam it in somehow later. And if fans complain, we'll get Vice to talk about how toxic they are.
I did see this
pipeline.
Deviant Park is bringing this part up here too. I did watch this part. It says, and Sharon calling her associate just a few meters away from the official building where she was just reincorporated. That was so funny. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's almost like they. So also like one of the things that kind of was weird, like this just kind of popped into my head. They were always in contact with the Carly person on cell phones. Like, weren't they? I saw a scene where they're like literally talking to her. Like, dude, like you can track the cell phone.
Yeah, they don't show burner phones. They don't show them destroying it. It's literally just call me on my phone. Tight. See you later. And
they call her again. Like
they call her multiple times.
Yeah,
and she's able to call Sam's sister.
And she's able to call Sam's sister.
And find out everything about Sam's sister.
It makes, again, big cool moments. Oh my gosh, Carly knows Sam's sister. Oh my gosh, Sharon's the power broker. Oh my gosh, how do we get there? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Who cares?
It's just like a really bad. Don's gonna hate me for saying this. It's like a really bad Danger Room test run.
Kind of
the Danger Room is like malfunctioning.
That's all right. I think X-Men's on its way down after the Hellfire Gala.
The Gala.
What's really sad is like that's like the best property, and it's just in the.
It's such a strong property that it basically defined Marvel up until maybe like Civil War. Civil War when they and that was probably around the same time, like 2006, 2008,
so
when all the mutants when all the mutants got depowered and stuff. And I don't know why you screw. It just doesn't make sense. You've got all of this source material. I will give them a benefit of the doubt that they probably don't deserve, and say that the writers at least know how to write. Just write, right? So I feel like
they don't deserve that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was hesitant to give it to them. So just read the damn comics. Go, how do we translate that property or properly? And you can make some adjustments, like Sam talking to a drone instead of an actual bird. But none of this. I just, what do we do to avoid this? I mean, there's nothing we can do to avoid this. This is where we're going forever. But
oh yeah, I really don't feel like I'm missing a lot.
You are not
whatsoever.
There is nothing in either of these shows except maybe the last bit, like the last stinger of WandaVision. Nothing in these shows matters. Nothing here can't be summed up by a quick conversation in the beginning of Captain America 4 or Doctor Strange 2. Just you are not missing anything.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so now we've got Loki coming up.
Yes.
The bar is really low because we were pretty on the nose with how things were going to go when they told us they were going to do Elijah Bradley.
Yes.
It's like, okay, they're going to go for woke points with this, aren't they? And then, sure enough,
Like Isaiah's
2021
comic origin would have been fine, which is that he went through all of that, but he wasn't like dissolute. Like, I don't know. It's just it's the injection of current year. It's the injection of current year that kind of just, again, you can't adapt these things. Like, they're not, the metaphors never work.
So the injection of current year into Loki, we're going to see female Loki.
I mean, I'm cool with female Loki as long as she's hot.
They've already showed her, right? We've already seen that. We've already got that.
Not like a real one. Yeah.
Yeah, but we saw her in the outfit. She's in like a Loki outfit.
Yeah.
I have no hopes for Loki. And then what's after Loki?
I mean, Loki
Riri,
does
Riri.
probably. I mean, Loki does have Hiddleston, and Hiddleston's probably the biggest name, I would say, for the TV shows.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
So far, I mean, he's like Loki has been around since the first Thor movie, and
everybody loves Loki.
I know Don. I mean, Loki was fantastic. I thought in the first one. I thought he did. I mean, as much as what is the other one? What's the second one called? Dark World.
Dark World.
As much as that movie was like
bad,
I still thought they got Loki's character right there.
I think so too.
And
dude,
how
that hallway scene when he transforms into Captain America, that's still like such a cool moment.
Yeah, and you see like he's willing to work with Thor to move his own ambitions. And even then he's like, that ending was like great. The way Loki ends, where he like deceives Thor and then he becomes,
isn't he like on the
Odin.
Throne or something?
Yeah, he's Odin.
Yeah,
he's Odin. That's so great. I actually really like that part. I thought that was fantastic. Like that is Loki. That is pure Loki with the deception. And I know Donson. I hate what they did with Loki in Ragnarok. I don't know. I just didn't like what they did with him. They turned him into a joke punching bag type character.
They all were, but
I know. Yeah, so I know you like Ragnarok, so that's probably my biggest issue with Ragnarok. It's just the way they treated the characters. Too much of that Age of Ultron.
Oof, the Whedon influence.
That Whedon humor. And I like the first Avengers. I thought the humor was great in the first Avengers because it wasn't too overdone.
That's the thing with Whedon. It's very weird. I think maybe like right after that is when he kind of lost his freaking mind. I mean, he's always been like a creep, apparently, according to the accusations
that's
or whatever.
Probably when his wife went to town. I bet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but like his stuff was like consistently good. Like I enjoyed Buffy. I enjoyed that Avengers movie. I really liked Dr. Horrible's sing along blog. I liked Firefly, and then after that, maybe it was the divorce or something, but it got weird. It just went downhill.
YouTube me says YTDs is nonstop snark. Like I can get that on his Twitter feed. I don't need to watch it in a movie.
It's essentially cut scene with Odin where he became the trash king or whatever, or the slum
where he was just drunk and like just. Sorry, hold on. Say that again.
He became like a king of the, I guess, the alleyways or the trash or like the homeless emperor. Punchman fans here. Yeah, but they cut out that entire sequence, that entire arc for Odin, and they narrowed it down to Odin on the hill in Norway, saying goodbye to his.
Yeah, that was like his only appearance
in Ragnarok.
Goodbye.
Oh, we lost Don, I think.
No, Don.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They like that would have been honestly. That's probably a good cut. I don't need to see Odin in a freaking alleyway being a homeless beggar.
I'd be cool with that. See how he's fallen.
Because that's what Loki did to him or whatever. Because Loki banished him or whatever, or kicked him out, right? If I remember correctly.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Loki sent Odin to Earth, right? That's how he did.
I think so.
Got rid of him somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't entirely remember. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, no, I don't entirely remember how Odin got back. Like again, I don't really remember the Thor movies. Like I watched them all. First one's really good.
Dude.
First one's really good. Second one's terrible. Third one I like, but it's not like the best.
Oh, you like Ragnarok too?
I enjoy it. Like I'm not as big of a fan as Don is. Like I'm not out here singing its praises, but I enjoy it. Like I'll watch it if it's on.
The first one went like, I'm sorry, like that is like Thor when he's literally just like owning the Frost Giants.
Yeah,
I love that. That scene is. I just love that scene. So
I used to think that movie was really bad for some reason. I like all I could remember from it was the destroyer fight in the middle of the town,
right.
and something that always stood out to me about that moment is like the town looks like a really bad set. Like it is a set, but it looks really bad for some reason. So that always stuck out to me. And then I rewatched it.
It looks fake.
Right. Yes. Like super fake. Like nobody lived in that town. And then I think when WandaVision was on, my parents wanted to watch Thor, so we watched the first one, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really good! Like, it's really fun. Everybody makes sense."
Those first 4 movies are fantastic,
dude. The moment where Thor is like rushing to retrieve his hammer, and like the Hawkeye scene, and he's busting through all the shield people, so cool. And then like he gets there and he can't lift it, and he kind of just like you see it all, like everything like leave his body, and he just gives up.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see it, you literally see him like spiritually die.
Yeah.
It really is good. Roof Korean says, I thought the town was the Tombstone set. Which would be Purgatory. Right? We were talking about the first Thor movie and how great it was, Don. So that first movie, it really is good, man. Because you get the freaking awesome Frost Giant scene. And then Spencer was just talking about the scene where he's like taking out the shield facility that's been built around Mjolnir. And then when he gets there and he can't lift it, you just see, I was describing it as he emotionally dies. And then the Colossus fight is pretty cool too. And the end fight with Loki is really good on the Rainbow Bridge as well. I mean, it's like, I don't know, that the Frost Giant fight is probably one of the best MCU fights ever. I love that fight scene. I just love it. It's so great.
No.
No, you don't like the Frost Giant scene? In the first Thor movie?
I actually do like it. The only thing I didn't like too much was the Rainbow Bridge fight.
Why?
It needed to be zoomed out more. It was too close quarters. But,
I like seeing the powers that look. I like seeing Loki's. Yeah, it can definitely be improved. I like seeing all the abilities that Loki showed off with his like duplications and like messing with Thor in the fight, and then how Thor would counter him. I thought that was just kind of. I don't know. I liked the it's probably been done in the comics, but I like the imagination there. With that.
Yeah, he was more villain in that movie.
Oh yeah, he totally was. I like that. I mean, Ragnarok. His villainy was just nowhere to be seen, which is not Loki to me at all.
They'll continue with that in Loki.
Dude, I hope not, because in Infinity War he got back to his like trick ways and he tried to trick Thanos, and it just like I get that actually like Thanos isn't gonna like always fall for like a Loki trick, like, so I bought into that, but I don't know. But I think that Loki could also do trick Thanos, but at that point he's not. He's at his wit's end. And Thanos had already been dealing with him, and he'd already betrayed Thanos. Thanos is gonna like fall for him at that point. So that was like really well done, but he still was trying to do it, which I liked. It could have probably done a little bit more. That's the one thing they need to like. That's what the first one did. That he was actually like more of that like trickster god, conniving, cunning. He's the one like bringing in the Frost Giants, sneaking them in just to like ruin his brother's day, almost just out of spite.
Right. He actually had the helmet. That was Thor had the helmet. Which
yes. Retrogram doesn't like the casting of Idris Elba as Heimdall. Yeah, no, I'm with you there.
Yeah,
100%.
I think that was a thing.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean,
but Idris Elba's a better actor than that role.
Could have been. Yeah, but I mean, there's other. I mean, he could have been. He could. I mean, yeah, he was also kind of wasted. Yeah, he was also kind of wasted too. Like,
yeah,
Heimdall is like a
Definitely
tertiary
wasted.
character. Like, he just stands there and is like, I can see those. I see her. I see Jane Foster. I will open up the portal. Like,
that's about it.
That's like literally what he does. And like, there's the one scene where he kind of fights Loki and he just gets frozen. So,
yeah, exactly. That's where he stays for like most of the movie.
Yeah. YouTube Me says he was famous name casting, didn't need an actor for that role.
It's also diversity casting.
I don't know. I
don't know about that one. That one I don't know about.
I think it helped him better off in the end, though. Just yes, we were. Where
was it? That was 2009. I don't think they were.
I think Idris Elba was just really hot at that moment and like up and coming. So they're like, where can we put him? Well, we can't make him Thor. We can't make him Odin. He's a tertiary character. Let's make him Heimdall. Like, I definitely think that's more of what it was. And then it's like you said, Don, like it was a happy accident where they could point to it later and go, huh, look how great we were.
We were looking ahead when nobody was.
Yeah.
We're forward focused.
I mean, like I said, literally the first movie has Rhodes in it. Like Iron Man. And then the second one he's as Patriot. And I mean,
does he show up as Patriot in 2?
Or 3? Sorry, 3. 3 is
3 is Patriot.
And then they just
2 is
War Machine.
Yeah.
War Machine.
Because that Iron Patriot moment. That Iron Patriot moment was exactly how I felt about Zemo's mask in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's like, wow, really cool to see. That's all we got of it. Like, there's that one shot of Rhodey like walking with the president, and that's it.
And they put the president in there, and they're gonna blow him up with it.
Oh, that's right at the very end.
Symbolism. It was corny.
It was. I feel like it might have shown up in like Endgame or something, like at the very end. I can't remember.
Pepper was in Rescue.
I remember Pepper being in Rescue.
Roof Crane says, I will always admit I am a comic book outsider, not even normie. I had no idea what Heimdall was supposed to be like, but Idris Elba seems wasted. Like they wasted Mr. Echo, Adewale, and Dark World. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
They tend to do that. They tend to waste a lot of their big gets. Like Anthony Hopkins. Like Odin could do a lot more.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins is like one of the greatest actors to ever live.
Mm-hmm.
Heretic Princess, do you think today's Marvel would be cool with? They're doing a whole thing called Armor Wars on Disney Plus, and they touted that it was going to be War Machine focused. So I don't think that they said. I'm pretty sure they said War Machine, not Rhodes.
And I mean, he's still War Machine. He's still War Machine in the comics. So
yeah, that's his name. That's
War's not a bad thing. It's
it's just guns.
Yeah,
she has a lot of.
It's
so
just white people's bad things.
Yeah. Wrestler Game says they need to cast T'Challa with Ryan Gosling.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's a meme. That's a meme. Let's look up this. Rotten Tomatoes doesn't have user scores per the episodes for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
But they'll probably have the general show.
I thought
they just have the per episode though they don't have it. They just have it for the show.
The show they gave it rotten, right?
73.
Oh, it was like
season 1.
Yikes.
Or 59.
3.9 out of 5. Only 3,000 ratings. It's kind of low.
That's super low for a show that's supposedly
really low.
A smash.
Yeah.
Smash.
I'm not sure how many people are actually using Rotten Tomatoes anymore. I haven't checked. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, let me go here. Episodes. The last episode has a 7.9 on IMDb. So
I feel like maybe people are just sort of wrapped up in seeing like Sam's in the suit. Whoa!
How many people were reading that comic though? Because that was
they don't care about that.
They
They don't care about it actually being a reference to the comic. They just like him as Captain America.
7.9 out of 10, 9,000.
Lots of 10s.
328. Yeah, it's normal.
And then a big
it's usually with stuff like this, it's usually 10s and 1s. They're stuff people, which is weird. I don't know. Yeah, Roof Crane. Yeah, no, we've totally covered that. Rotten Tomatoes is totally compromised. Yeah, ever since Captain Marvel, they like literally changed their whole rating system after Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It looks like women liked it more. 8.7. Woo! That's up.
Hey, Sebastian Stan's a good-looking guy.
Wait a minute. Bet he never took off his shirt in the episode.
But his face.
It looks like older men were less forgiving on the show, whereas
yeah, they're probably like, who cares?
This 18 to 29 demo is really high. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems really high. But like you also have like Tim Pool's reaction as well. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. So, but you guys seem that like that's high. It seems pretty high. An 8.
Yeah, but like again, who goes on Rotten Tomatoes nowadays?
Yeah.
This is IMDb.
Yeah, who goes on now?
I still feel like same, yeah.
Yeah,
9,000.
Like the hardcore fans and then people who hardcore hate it.
The overall score is 7.6. It's got over 73,000. I think that probably is more. That probably like so. Look here. I bet you that has more reviews than Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it does. Look, Mortal Kombat 61,000.
Wow.
Dang, all those 7s.
So this is actually that just disproved what I just said. So usually it's not in the middle. I don't know. Usually when I look at stuff, it's usually huge numbers at the top and huge numbers at the bottom, and not as many in the middle. So
I feel like middle stats. I feel like middle stats come where people have like watched it and they don't know how they want to feel about it, so they give it like an honest review. Again, like the 10s and the 1s are always like the fans or the haters.
So you also have to like when we had Jeremy on here from Decent Gamers a couple weeks ago. It was probably like a couple months ago now, honestly.
Yeesh, yeah. Time's flying.
He was talking about when he came out of Last Jedi, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, it was one of the. It was Last Jedi or
it was Last Jedi. It was Last
Jedi, and he was like saying, "Yeah, that was pretty good." No, I think it was Force Awakens because he was saying like, "Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that." And then when like literally right out of the theater, that's what he said.
Yeah, no, I think it's for Last Jedi. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay. And then when he like got home and kept thinking about it a little bit more, he was just like, "Holy crap, that movie was trash." So you don't know when these people are giving this review, because like seriously, I think that's when people actually stop and think about something and actually like spend like maybe even 5 minutes just stopping and like thinking about it and like doing any kind of a little bit of analysis on it. They usually are like, "Wow,
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
What does that mean?"
Yeah.
Huh.
Right. Yeah, they start like actually like looking critically at it, and it's amazing how that happens when you actually
analysis. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't have to even be like super critical. Just like take 5 minutes to like start actually thinking about what you just saw, and not just turning it off.
It's getting swept up in the big set pieces, those big moments, like the ones that I admitted, like they're cool to see. But these people, like that high lasts so much longer for these people than it does for like us.
It's going from a fan to a critic at that point.
Mm-hmm.
When you start thinking about how that story developed, how the characters interacted, how the overall narrative felt to you, and compared to previous properties and previous franchises, you move from being a fan of a show to being a critic of a show. And being critical of a show is not a bad thing. You always have to analyze where things lie for you and how you want to support and how you want to keep watching those things. And do you want to keep watching those things? ultimately Marvel's not making a good case for us to continue watching it.
No, like if these weren't like, if I didn't have means of watching these shows without having to support them, if these were movies, I probably would wait until they're on TV. Like they're not, like, it's just not.
I am doing that.
There anymore.
I haven't seen Mortal Kombat. I haven't seen Godzilla. I actually wanted to see Godzilla vs. Kong, and I decided I'm not gonna shell out the money after what, I don't know. That stuff is.
I didn't give it.
It really irritates me. It rubs me the wrong way, and I just don't. I'm like sick of it. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Honestly, the only thing I feel like I'm missing out on is being able to like
talk about it.
Honestly, like critique it and like respond. Like, so the Tim Pool article, I probably, instead of just being like, here's what he said, I would have been like, okay, this is what Tim Pool said, and then here's all these examples why the show is like absolute super woke garbage trash. Like,
and like countered it, yeah,
and be able to like point it out, which I do with stuff that I've seen. If you read any of my Star Wars articles,
yeah, right.
Like,
you don't know anything about that. What are you talking about?
I'm all about it. I'm all about showing you, like, oh, this literally happened. Like, what you're saying contradicts like what happened in the movie. Did you watch it? So
they did.
So yeah, and like you're talking about the speech that Sam gives to those senators, like afterwards. To me, it sounds like a lot like the stupid Black Panther speech that you get at the end of Black Panther with the UN, where he's literally fighting to like not open his country, and then like he goes out and like does what Killmonger wanted him to do,
to open the outreach center. Yeah,
to do like all the outreach and open up the country instead of like, I mean, obviously Killmonger wanted to do it in a more like violent fashion, but it's still like why, like, you're still doing what he wanted you to do. It's just,
that's the thing, is like, that's why so many people have made that into a meme. Like, Killmonger was right.
Yeah, I mean he was.
Yeah, he absolutely was.
According to the film, he was right. He just was trying to enact that more violently. And apparently Wakanda's doing it anyways. Because they're sending Dora Milaje out and just
they have jurisdiction wherever they are, okay?
Going after people.
Yeah, nobody's coming for them. Like, that's an international incident. Come on, people. Like, why does Wakanda just get to do everything?
YouTube Me says, yeah, there's no need for quality. Just keep the screen full. So yeah, I guess we didn't even talk about quality stuff. Is there anything quality that you guys have actually seen?
Yeah.
My sister-in-law keeps saying this like Netflix show, something in Bone, Shadow and Bone or something.
Oh, I saw that. That's a new thing.
She keeps trying to get me to check it out, but I don't know. The more she talks about it, the more I think that it sounds woke. So
I'm just not a fan of those kind of stories, so I'm out there. Like,
here's the thing. I'm still waiting for Superman and not Superman.
It's on HBO Max now, apparently.
Oh, really? Weird.
Yeah, I saw some headline that Superman and Lois is now on HBO Max. So that's a good sign.
Thing is it
seems like a good sign. They want that content on there.
But that's also kind of just where they send everything. Like, you can find a lot of the bad DC shows and stuff on there too. Like, not the CW stuff, but like their other stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Swamp Thing's on there, right?
Yeah.
Is Swamp Thing
that's
there?
really good. No, yeah, it is.
Swamp Thing, yeah. Swamp Thing has like it has like the really cool set piece moments, but it also has like solid storytelling.
Yeah, that's right.
And there is some stuff in there, but it's not like in your face. It's more about Swamp Thing. The show focus is more about Swamp Thing, and then towards the end, a lot of the focus is on the guy's such a great actor, Floronic Man. The Doctor turning into Floronic Man.
Mm-hmm.
Dread Pirate Mikey is saying Invincible on Amazon Prime.
I like it. Yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I know. OC Steve likes.
I haven't seen the woke yet. I know last time I brought it up, I think last week, everybody warned me that it was getting woke, but I'm now 3 more episodes in and I haven't seen anything. So I don't know.
Yeah, I forget who was saying that. someone was saying that it's super woke. I forget who it was.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, I don't remember who, but 3 more episodes for me to catch up on. So it might happen, but I'm just not seeing it yet.
Rest Your Game says young adult. Just that's 100%. That's the CW. Dude, oh my gosh, YouTube me.
Bless you.
It's not Without Remorse. Without Remorse is about John Clark, who is a Irishman, who is a that's not Without Remorse. That's just like they're using the Tom Clancy name and telling their own story. Because Without Remorse, I think it's probably like it's the only Tom Clancy book I've read, but it's absolutely
You're like this big.
It's freaking awesome. That Without Remorse is great though. It is a absolute because all right, Without Remorse is the Denzel movie American Gangster.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Set in Baltimore, and so you got John Clark, who is he's a former Marine. It's set like in the 70s during Vietnam, and so you got this drug cartel running out of Baltimore. This guy named Henry. He's a black guy, and he's literally smuggling it in through just like American Gangster, smuggling it in through the troops. And that's how he's doing it. And he's got a prostitution ring as well. And John Clark gets involved in it because he's out of the Marines. He's doing demo work on in Baltimore, like in the harbor and stuff like that. And so he, on his way back from a job or whatever, he's going down the highway and he picks up a prostitute on the side of the road who's like drugged out, just like she's just super phased, and he like there's like a romance involved. He's got this boat, and he seems to like really getting involved with her. He gets her off the drugs and stuff, and then I guess the cartel eventually like finds out about her, and they kill her and like dump her in a fountain, and then he like just goes.
Oh jeez.
Then he goes Denzel in freaking what is it? with
Man on Fire.
And he goes Denzel Man on Fire, and he just starts taking apart this cartel from the bottom, literally Man on Fire from the bottom up.
Gosh,
to find Henry.
Good.
And then so he's got the police on him are starting to close in because he's executing these people and like leaving them for the police to find. And so the police are closing in on him. He's closing in on Henry, and then the CIA recruits him to go back into Vietnam in the middle of his like war on this cartel.
Really?
And so he has to go into Vietnam to like rescue this high target like Air Force pilot who's been captured and is like being held in a prison, is being interrogated by the Soviets. So like you got this whole like Vietnam mission, and then he comes back and he continues his war, and like the CIA
nothing happens.
The CIA figures it out, and they work with him to like make him dead, and then he like becomes like John Clark, the CIA agent that you know in all the Tom Clancy films. The one that was played by Dafoe in the movie.
That's pretty cool.
So
that's the book. That's Without Remorse.
That's the book. Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
I read that in high school, and I could still kind of recall. That's how good that book is.
Right.
Yeah. YouTube me
stuck with you.
He changes his name. Yeah. And you actually get it's really cool because you get a Jack Ryan reference because it's before Jack Ryan. So like when he's like getting healed up after like killing someone in the hospital, it's Ryan's like former wife.
Really?
Like taking care of him.
That's cool.
So you get a little bit of like a little flashback of that. But yeah, YouTube me says it's 2/3 romance story. The romance is there, but the romance is there to set up the like Man on Fire. Like I'm going to destroy this cartel.
Like give him the motivation to go tear through everything.
Yeah, because he like really. I mean, he's a veteran. You see that he's like struggling with with his experience in Vietnam, and you see both of these are two like kind of broken individuals, and they're coming together and like really healing together. And you're like the way he builds that up when she dies like it breaks him, and obviously she's dead. Like it breaks him psychologically,
right?
And I'm sure they probably had to fix that because that's like fridging her or whatever, which is just
it's a dumb term. I hate that entire term.
It's so stupid. But yeah, dude, the book is super good. But no, anything I've seen from the trailer for the Amazon movies,
Who's starring in the movie? Is it still John Krasinski?
No,
he's Jack Reacher. He's Jack Reacher.
No, he's Jack Ryan. Tom Cruise plays Jack Reacher, which is a different.
That's right. I always
Michael B. Jordan is playing.
That's his movie.
It's a race swapped character.
That's weird.
He's playing the white Irish American.
2021, everybody.
That's not even
John
a race
Kelly.
swap. That's a whole we pulled him from another dimension.
Yeah. Because his name is John Kelly, and then he changes it once he fakes his death to John Clark. But yeah, Kelly is an Irish name. He's an Irish American. Yeah, Dreadpire Mikey says Rising of the Shield Hero. Yes, super good.
Very
good. Fans of that. Can't wait for seasons 2 and 3. Really good. Don is dude, you got? Did you get Don on Konosuba, Spencer?
No, I'm pretty sure he's watched that on his own. It's a good series.
Because Spencer reviewed the Crunchyroll movie night.
The movie was so good.
Yeah,
and then everybody complained about it.
Toxic Man Flu's Mrs. Flu is asking, who is the hot guy in the glasses? I told her that it was Don Johnson's long lost son, Hugh Johnson. Now she wants your number.
What? Wait, what was it? Not Don Johnson or Don Johnson? The name? That's awesome. I'm gonna start calling you that from now on.
Hugh Johnston.
Hugh Johnston.
Hugh Johnson.
Gonna get in trouble.
Can't get demonetized
YouTube.
now.
No, he's totally race swapped. YouTube me. John Kelly is white. He plays Rorschach before he gets recruited by. Oh, I think you're being sarcastic. Are you being sarcastic? I don't know. He plays Rorschach before he gets recruited by evil CIA to become Jason Bourne. Oh, is that what happens in the actual movie? In the movie? Is that what happens in the movie?
As the movie adaptation of
I miss Splinter Cell.
I meant not just
I miss those movies too.
I think he's just if that's the movie, then just F all the way off. Because
no time for that.
Oh, the trailer looks nothing like what the book is. It looks nothing like the book. I didn't see anything in that trailer that looked anything like the book whatsoever.
Those are the worst.
Which is a shame because you literally have take American Gangster and combine it with Man on Fire.
No, that story off the bat sounded great. Obviously I was like, whoa, that's rad. So I can't believe they changed all of it. It's one of those in name only things, and those always bug me.
Yeah. Dude, both those movies are fantastic. I love Denzel doesn't
dude, he's great.
He actually he reads his scripts, looks at them, and is like, okay, yeah, this is solid. I'm gonna do this.
He doesn't just grab everything that's thrown on him.
Yeah, where you see all these people is Emily Van Camp. I read the script and I had no idea what was going on, but I didn't care because I
wanted to work with this director or something.
Are you saying YouTube? Are you meaning it's your second favorite Clancy book? Because
I like Splinter Cell.
It's only been 5 movies, I think.
Oh, damn
3
it.
or 4. Because there's
been a million video games.
Because they got the Ben Affleck one, which is weird because Harrison Ford was Jack Ryan in the Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery, which is fantastic.
Great movie.
And then there's the other one that I really like, where you actually get to see Clark, where they go down to Colombia and he's dealing with drug dealers down there. I can't remember what that one's called. That one's actually really good. And then obviously James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones is the head of the CIA or whatever when Clark is doing that. and then you have the Ben Affleck one where like the nuclear bomb goes off in DC and kills James Earl Jones' character. So like they were like it was weird.
It was like all continuity. That's weird.
Oh, Patriot Games.
Yeah, Patriot Games. Yeah, that's the
Patriot Games.
And I think was it Affleck in another
Solid
one?
movie.
I think there was a second one. Is it Affleck? It's Affleck, right? I think it's Affleck.
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, Clear and Present Danger. Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, duh.
That's the one with Harrison Ford in Columbia. I think that's probably that's my favorite. That and Hunt for Red October are the two best Clancy movies. Luis Morales is saying Tropical Rouge Pretty Cure is on Crunchyroll. We are glad Pretty Cure is getting more notice without Glitter Force and more saving brains.
Pretty Cure is cool. Pretty Cure is like magical girls, so they're like Sailor Moon, Power Rangers-y. It's fun, yeah. I'm glad it's coming out. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I do enjoy it. Subs?
There's no subs for it?
No, there should be subs.
For a Blu-ray?
The series is like
translated
really
subtitles.
old.
So he wants it in Spanish. In Spanish or German or French or Russian or whatever. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're meaning, Luis?
I would, because if that's true, then yeah, I would agree. If they don't have any subtitles, period, I'm gonna be really surprised because why? Why would you do that?
That's what you always have subtitles first, at least in English.
Yeah,
I know Crunchyroll is usually pretty good because they do it in Russia and then the Spanish and then
they're really
French
good about their
German.
There's Amazon is pretty good about their subtitles too.
I hate the way Amazon does their subtitles though.
I hate the way they look, but they're they're accurate.
So bad. Yeah,
it's really annoying how
I hate the way it looks. It's so irritating to me. It almost takes me out because it's so distracting.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
Restogram says he speaks Japanese, and I still prefer dubbed versions as long as they're good. I don't know. It depends. We've had this conversation. We've had this conversation. It depends on the dub. I mean, the dub of oh my gosh, I have
Okay, the dub,
Bebop?
the ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z, the one that aired on Toonami by that Canadian company, great. Vegeta's voice, great. Goku's voice, great. Gohan, Krillin, great.
You mean Kuririn?
Gruffy.
Kuririn?
Yeah.
Kuririn.
I'm surprised they haven't just changed it to Krillin. Honestly, Kuririn just is terrible to like say out loud, and it
reminds me of the beer.
Read it. Yeah, I don't
like Kirin beer.
It's just. Is that how you say it, Kirin? Is that how you would say it, Kirin?
His name? No, I'm talking about the beer. It's Kirin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's what it always reminds me of when I hear Kuririn instead of Kuririn.
The Cowboy Bebop.
It's the Romashi.
Cowboy Bebop dub is really good.
Bebop dub's good. I still like. Again, I say this all the time. Even though they're all giant pieces of poop, I really like the current voice actors for Dragon Ball. Like Sean Schemmel will always be my Goku. What else did I really?
Dude, the sub of Goku is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Japanese, I can't stand it.
The old lady, it bugs me.
I can't stand it.
She's the OG though.
She is the OG, and I give that mad respect, but I just can't handle it either.
Dude, he's a man.
Too annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even
like
it's not even the fact that
like,
she's a woman and he's a man. It's just that like that voice is way too high almost. Like it plays more childish than dumb, like Sean Schemmel plays him. Yeah,
it's way too high pitched and like you said, childish. It works for like to me. It works for like the original Dragon Ball. It doesn't work for like, Goku as a man with the kids. He went through puberty. I'm sorry. Like,
he had to at some point.
Yeah.
Which is why you have actors in English.
I usually watch sub though for the most part. I think the My Hero Academia sub is far superior than the dub. I love the All Might. I love the Japanese All Might.
I think
so
nowadays I hang out with subs more. Because like all the dub examples I'm gonna give are from things I watched when I was younger, like Evangelion, Dragon Ball. Cowboy Bebop, Big O, all those things were really good. And
So that's pretty much all you had.
yeah, exactly.
They didn't show you the subs. You got the dub.
Yeah, we had the dubs, and that's how
Yeah.
you had to, get into.
That's how you watch it on
anime.
Cartoon Network.
Exactly. So those dubs, I'll always have a soft spot for them. Currently, it just doesn't sound right to me to see like this Japanese media with English voices coming out of it, especially when you have like series that are like super heavily based on Japanese culture. That's even more weird.
Next year I will be completely rid of all subs.
What dub is left?
Wait, I thought you said
no
you
dubs
liked
either.
this. I thought you said you liked the sub of Cowboy Bebop more than the dub.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what do you mean then?
I'm essentially going to be learning Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I.
Okay.
No more
didn't know
So
that.
subtitles
he won't need
Oh.
either of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
there you go. Awesome.
here's the thing about the subtitles. You're reading those and you're kind of missing some of the action that's going on the screen.
Yeah,
So
that is the one drawback with subs.
yeah, by
I've-
eliminating it,
I've never run into that problem. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's not a problem. I know I've heard that complaint a lot. I've just never run into it personally.
My Hero Academia has that problem, especially when you have the subtitle on the bottom and then they're giving you like like their stuff on the top as well.
yeah,
that
Nothing-
stuff is
yeah,
that bugs
that's-
me. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
That's really, I don't like that at all. That's really hard
It's
to
just like just let
I have
the
to back it up.
subtitle at the top.
I have to back
Whoa,
it up to
wait, we're
understand
talking
what's
about-
going on.
Different things. No, never mind. Yeah, see, like to me, that is
Oh
fine.
yeah, they
Like,
have two things. They have one on the top and one on the bottom, and you're trying to
Yeah,
do both at the same time.
That's what I was. That's what I was thinking
Not
of.
switching the location. No. Yeah, because it's when they usually show the hero cards.
Right.
Like
It's got like the info up here, and it's translated or it reads, and then they have it at the bottom, and it's like, what's happening?
Yeah. Dread Pirate Mikey says, "I guess we should all just learn Japanese." Yeah, I mean,
yes.
I that's probably a good idea. I probably should get on there. I need to get the Babbel app or whatever.
Rosetta Stone. I don't
I
know.
would like to suggest with the first edition Genki, you will learn as much as you can.
All right, so I'm gonna have to start going to you, Don, for when I have a story and I'm like, "What does this say?" Like, you're gonna be our anime.
Our
You're gonna take over the
translator.
anime- you take over the
Yeah.
anime job from Spencer.
We finally have our own translator. That's fine. Have it done.
I tried to
Translate
get my-
away.
I tried to get my cousin because she's actually lived over there, but
Oh wow.
it didn't work out because she speaks Japanese and everything.
What?
Resurgram says, not only are you missing the action in sub-Japanese films, the subtitles aren't even accurate. Japanese doesn't transliterate to English, and you need to see the speaker to get their context. Yeah, I mean that's kind of with all languages almost.
It's kind of like all language. Like I'll be listening to things in French and I'll transliterate it in my head and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And then I have to like think for a second and get that context and that cultural stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and there's words in some languages that don't exist. That
dude, German.
Yeah,
they've got like 9,000 words for everything.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that they invented like 28 new words during this pandemic to describe various things.
Yeah, try to explain a Karen to someone in Japan.
I mean, they probably
Same
just
thing.
go. You know when you get yelled at on Twitter?
Yeah, memes probably
Them.
translate pretty well.
Like, no one would know what it is.
Actually, Don,
No,
it's not
you just-
Karen, it's Kureren.
No, you just show them an image of what's her name. You just show what the River Rain, just like yelling. And it's like, look, Karen, right
There
Karen.
you go.
Well, you just have to do a meme, and you like just have some like you show them you just show them someone like just berating
Like a
retail.
yeah.
They feel
retail
weird about
person,
that.
it's like
They
Karen.
think it was a tsundere or something.
Dude,
like
no,
that.
to them, Karens are probably like the worst thing you could possibly be.
Yeah,
Like they
I
would probably
imagine
declare
the
war on
Japanese-
us.
I would imagine the Japanese don't tolerate that whatsoever.
No.
They're like, you.
I got to
are
imagine, no way.
dishonoring yourself and me and this business.
Dishonor on you,
Family.
dishonor on your cow.
That's what I would imagine.
Unless they got like those weird sub guys who are like, yes, please, my queen, just step on me.
Oh, everybody's got those.
Treat me.
I really like
dirt.
that. I really love that TikTok video that girl did. I thought that was just funny.
Mhm.
That she's just like, yeah, do it more, and then she's like, ah. I was like, yes, that's cool. That's funny.
Kiren Tengu-san.
So yeah, I think you said you were watching something, Spencer. That was good.
Oh, Invincible. That's what it was.
Invincibles. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've really. Again, most of my time I watched Mortal Kombat. I watched the fights on Saturday, and then I watched Mortal Kombat, and that's where we're at.
Did you pay for the pay-per-view?
My friend did. He had it.
Okay. Dude, there's like the Saudi Arabian account that I was following on Twitter that showed me the knockout. They're suspended now, obviously.
Yeah.
but I watched all the prelims. The prelims were freaking awesome.
Were nuts. They were great.
Dude, that first fight. Did you see the first fight?
Mm-hmm.
The first fight was just.
Awesome. Well, and what was that? That dude broke his freaking leg.
The book, aren't you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Weidman.
Mm-hmm. Weidman.
No, I'm talking about
so
the first like the really first fight.
No, I know. I was just saying, and that happened. Like all those fights were good. You got that moment. You got the freaking Oko. Oh, so good.
The Mongolian guy with that left hook, man.
The Mongolian guy was rad. He's like my new favorite.
He was the only Asian guy to win because all the Chinese.
I know. All the Chinese fighters got knocked.
And they were getting booed.
Especially what's her name? Zweli. Yeah, Zhang Weili. She everybody was booing her.
Yeah,
not anymore.
Broke his leg the same manner.
Yeah, he got checked.
He's silvered. He got
so
silvered.
bad, dude.
That's right.
I mean, he's the one who did it to Silver.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. YouTube me asks, did Don go back to the first chapter?
No, fourth chapter.
We should actually probably talk about sports more because then Don will.
And then Don will make progress.
We love time. Maybe that's what we should really be doing. We're just doing so Don will actually get through Wheel of Time.
That's the new Black Pill streams from here on out until he's done with the books.
Take that fight card, CG and Outworld background. Exactly. That's all. Like literally, that's all you have to do. And then you do a tournament
Mortal Kombat movie.
And then
seriously,
tournament style, and then you have Rose fight the Bullet, Shevchenko.
That would be cool.
In the next one, and then and like Shevchenko like shoots out bullets out of her arms or something like that. That's like her, or like she starts doing her like ballerina dance, and it's like starts spinning like crazy or something. I don't know, just
cool things that can happen. Yeah.
Rose does like a charge with her shaved head, like what's his name from Street Fighter? The fat guy.
E Honda.
E
Honda, yeah, dude. E Honda, like he was so OP. E Honda is so OP.
Yeah, dude, he's got that slap that keeps you away, and then you can
fly. Yeah, so like
I can never use it.
Dude, E Honda is so OP because anytime someone tried to like get within distance, you just do the slap, and then when they start trying to do a ranged attack, you spear them.
Yeah, you do the full screen fly.
Yeah, you do the spear, and then you literally just like slap kill them, and they're done. Like literally, like
no, I know.
Moves. He's so great. OP. He's so OP. That's like Street Fighter 2, I think.
Yeah, 2.
For like Super Nintendo.
Back in the day, arcade, Super Nintendo, all that fun stuff. It's on everything. It's like Doom.
Retro Game says the MK Outworld looked like it was a California backward. It was desaturated in post. They reached the same location for Earth, and they were looking for the temple.
Oh yeah, no.
They didn't even make Outworld look.
They spent. I'll pull up an image of Outworld.
It was filmed in Australia, though, right? So
could have done something.
Yeah,
you had a lot. You have lots of natural like features that you could have played with, but no, let's not do any of that, and let's be boring.
Yeah, as for me, I literally haven't watched anything.
Just let me find it first. Yeah.
I've just been playing Genshin because we just got 1.5 yesterday, so I was playing that. And then I've been playing this Princess Connect.
Get your rolls, the Crunchyroll game
on mobile, which is kind of fun because it's simple. It's not like super complicated.
So you can just kind of like turn off a little bit and
Yeah, and the grind isn't like insane. Like you have like it's not like Dragalia where you got like the worm print, your dragon, like your equipment, and then you have all these like, dungeons you gotta fight. And it's like holy crap, yo! Like
this is too much. Yeah.
like
you got to give me time to learn it.
Where it's just like get your gear, like level up your gear, and then like refine it, and that's all it's got right now. I mean, I'm sure it'll get more complex as it ages, as they all do, but it's still simple right now. Retrogam asks if we've seen Bulletville. It's a hero shooter currently on Kickstarter. Is that a video game?
Never heard of it. Sounds like it. If it's a hero shooter,
I don't know. Shooters are
like O-dubs.
I try and highlight. I don't know if y'all have noticed that it's on the website. I try and highlight a video game once a day. Something that like I try and mix it up. It's usually stuff from Japan for the most part. But that War Pips game looks kind of fun though.
Yeah, no, that looked really interesting. I had never heard of it until that moment.
I never heard of it either.
There's Outworld.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of what I imagine Outworld to look like.
Rocks. Just rocks.
I would assume the Australian outback would be suitable for Outworld.
You got but like that's
it does look like they added a filter to it though.
Right, because here I'm gonna find the next moment because when they are it's literally just like this same set or like same spot. Yeah, almost like
YouTube me says Rebel Base Salt Planet. Yeah, that's totally the same location.
It's like the same one with like a filter thrown over it.
Yeah. What is Kano? What is he sitting on?
It's a rock. He just like moved a rock over. There's like a big bouldery rock.
There's literally no other rocks in that shot.
See?
Oh, there's one rock.
It's like a little. There's like one over by Cole, I guess.
Yeah, there's one.
It does look a lot bigger in this scene. It does look a lot bigger.
There's no other rocks in this shot.
It's like
no other rocks.
Yeah, that's really weird. Good catch.
It
looks like he's sitting on a bucket.
Yeah, I thought it was like a paint bucket.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, because it's shaped that way too, almost.
Mm-hmm.
The way
I almost bet that's what it is.
Yeah, he's sitting on a paint bucket.
That they put some like rocks around to try and blend it in.
Yeah, they ran out of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the way Australia looks so much better in that. I think it's a Tom Selleck movie. Quigley Down Under. Is that Tom Selleck?
Oh, Quigley.
Quigley.
Are you sure that's Tom Selleck or?
I don't know. It might not be.
Quigley Down Under is Selleck.
Oh. Yeah, it's got my boy plays the villain from Die Hard, right?
Oh, Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Alan Rickman's in it too. Yeah, fantastic.
He was great.
Movie. Toxic Manflu is flirting with you.
Which one of us?
I don't know. Maybe it's Mrs. Toxic Manflu who's taking over.
There's no big rocks here.
Big rocks, bigger arms. I don't know.
So here is
in Flintstones, we call them pebbles.
Yeah, this is a game I would not play. This looks like Fortnite to me.
This is Fortnite.
This is Overwatch Fortnite. It's cool. I guess it's great for people who like Fortnite and those types of games. I don't know if I would play this.
Yeah, the graphics look too no.
I would not play this. I'm not. That's just me. I don't play.
Yeah.
I don't play shooters.
No, yeah, I'm not. I love shooters and like I just love video games. So I played Overwatch for a long time, and this just kind of just feels like that.
Yeah.
It's like Overwatch with Fortnite, and I'd never liked Fortnite, so.
Wage Wars is
for the kids.
Maps. I mean, it looks really good. That's their alpha footage.
66 maps?
Is that what they said?
I think that's what you just said. Oh, 6v6.
Oh,
6v6. Okay.
No, not 6v6.
Okay. I was like, whoa, that is so many maps.
That seems like a really low number.
That seems like a super low number. Is it already like done? Are they doing like a who is that with the Power Rangers thing? Boom?
White Power Ranger.
I was waiting for that.
The boom of the White Power Ranger.
Well, this Kickstarter is really long too.
It's like the full manual. It's showing you moves and vehicles.
That's kinda
Oh,
cool.
heck yeah. Never mind. I'm playing it day one.
That's a freaking T-Rex.
Like a T-Rex bike thing. Heck yes, I'm there.
There's the
Any
map.
more dinosaur games.
That's the $100 contribution.
Rewards.
A chainsaw?
This is the one thing that I wish. The one thing about Persona 5 that irks me is the Mona character. Like that's like the one. It's like
Morgana, yeah.
Yeah, you never get closure. Like, who the hell is that person?
You do?
Do you? I don't remember. Just like
Wait,
some
is that
person from.
Star-Lord?
No,
Do you?
you do. You find out that Morgana was just created by Igor to go, like, in the Velvet Room to go get Joker to help save everybody.
MODOK?
Okay.
MODOK?
I'm just
Holy
seeing
crap,
all these
dude.
Marvel ripoffs.
I'm just trying to get to like there. Usually they have stuff at the bottom.
We all have stuff.
Oh, that's the risk. So I have no idea. That just seems really low. We are self-funded out of personal income and proceeds from casual games we made. So Bulletville will be launched in any case. Yeah, they're already funded.
So they are doing that thing, yeah.
See, it's amazing that we had. I told you it would be at the bottom. Fans at the bottom. It's where they tell you the actual stuff you need. You want stuff that's like we want.
Like that I want to know, yeah.
Toxic Man Flu says didn't like me scrolling down the screen too fast. Yeah, YouTube me says a lot of people.
Just close your eyes.
No, like yeah, that's what I was saying. We were assuming that that number's way too low. And yeah, Retro Game says it's already kind of an alpha, so it's already somewhat
Like
the
ready
bones
to go.
are there. The bones are there at least. Yeah, he says he doesn't like Battle Royale. Wait, weren't you the one? Who was recommending it? Was it YouTube me recommending? I thought it was Retro Game recommending it. Yeah, he's recommending it. Yeah, you recommended it, but then you're saying Battle Royale sucks. I'm so confused.
Is it
I'm
not
so
Battle
confused.
Royale?
It looked like a Battle Royale game in the video.
Looked like it to me, yeah.
Maybe it's a bait and switch.
All right, so we're about 10 till.
I want to play that Final Fantasy one.
Which one?
The Battle Royale they're making.
What?
Yeah.
They tried to make some like Final Fantasy game. It sucked.
It's based on like
3-on-3 game. It was terrible.
Oh, Dissidia? Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
No,
it was bad.
it's a full-on battle royale game where you are like a soldier from Final Fantasy VII, like
Overwatch.
Soldier.
The mobile game. Yeah.
No. It's not mobile. It's not out yet. It's coming out.
I thought it was a mobile game.
I think it's available on mobile, but I don't think it's exclusively a mobile game. It's
coming
kind of
out.
like Fortnite, right?
Yeah, because they're coming out with like two. There's two. I wrote that, right? Didn't I write that, or did you do that one?
You did that one. There's two different ones. Let me find out what the
They
difference.
announced like 3 games.
Yeah, during that one thing.
Yeah. Because they had like a huge thing where they did like a convention or something, digital convention.
Oh yeah, so there's Ever Crisis and First
More
Soldier.
Overwatch.
There you go.
First Soldier is the battle royale, and then Ever Crisis is the mobile
RPG.
game, RPG that goes through the first game and everything.
Yeah.
I'll be
So
playing them both.
Retro says he does recommend it, but it doesn't have battle royale. It's more like Overwatch, which is
Ooh,
what
I
just
wanna
like
play
5-on-5 team. Isn't it 5 on?
pretty cool.
Isn't it just like 5-on-5 team like team death matches?
Yeah. Well,
Is that what it
I
is?
mean, they're not even really team deathmatches. Like Overwatch's whole thing is, like it's like the 6-on-6, but you're trying to like push a point or capture a point. I don't know.
So it's
100-player deathmatch
So
sounds
it's literally
great.
just like World of Warcraft. Like
Kind of like arenas. Yeah, kind of like arenas.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably be into Overwatch because that's what we did in Dark Age of Camelot. It was 8v8, or it was like you create teams of 8, but you went out into like an open realm where you could like run into like we called them Zergs, and you could run into like groups of like 40, 50 people. And if you were really good and really coordinated,
you just like cut through them.
8, you could own them. We dude, there was this one fight, man. I remember this. Like it was in Hibernia. I forget what they called the outer realm, the far reaches of there, like
kingdom setting thing. Yeah.
And I think it was called Emain Maka is what it was called. I think Emain Maka. And we were fighting in front of this keep that I think Hibernia owned, and we were far enough away so we didn't get like the guards, like the NPC guards, to attack you. But we ran like, that's what the coolest part of like Dark Age of Camelot was. Is like it was 3 realms fighting each other, so it was a 3-way
supremacy,
fight.
Right?
And so like it was just us 8 from like Midgard, which is like the Norse realm. And there were probably like 20 or 30 like Hibs, which was like the Hibernians, and then there was like, I don't know, 15, 20 Albions, which is like King Arthur, like British stuff.
Right.
And that just fight was so chaotic. It was crazy. Like we were burning all of our like special abilities and stuff that and we had it all. We got it all. One of the guys like recorded it all, and we just like we killed them all. None of our guys died. We owned them all. And then the Hibernian, like the equivalent to us, the Hib group, was literally hunting. They were hunting us down because like you could see in the chat, like one of our guys' name was Robusto. He was like the guy who filmed it. So it'd be like blank person killed by Robusto, blank killed by Robusto, killed by Robusto. So just getting all this like kill spam.
All of it, yeah.
So like they know that we're out there, and so they're like trying to hunt us.
Like, where are they?
And they found us, and we just got wrecked because we all of our abilities were on like cooldown and stuff. So because we had just fought that, we were trying to like recover. they found us and got us. They were tough, man. That group was tough.
Yeah. Sounds like it, especially if they're like actively like hunting for you and they're ready for that challenge.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was like us, and then there was the 8. That was like they were like the top Hibernian group. We were probably the top Midgard group, and like there was no the Albion group. There was no really like good Albion group, but we always like looked for them for that challenge. We finally we switched up our team. Awesome. We switched up our team composition once because at when we started, we were running like this Spirit Master character where he was like, it was basically just a level up. You use like an area effect to like kill like a ton of monsters. And then we switched him over to like single target to try and like kill people. And it just wasn't working. And so we brought in like a Berserker to like really like beef up our like tank train.
To get that extra power, close that gap.
Totally changed the game for us. And we just like took us over the top. The guy was really good too. Restrogam says he missed PC shooters because now most shooters are console shooter ported over to PC. Isn't Counter-Strike still huge, or is that on console?
Oh no, it's still big. It's still right? Really big for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, Counter-Strike has always been huge.
That was the OG. You can't dethrone him.
Yeah, YouTube me says I got over FPS after being semi-addicted to Counter-Strike. I've never been an FPS fan. I don't know why. I've never been. I don't know.
Yeah, when Metroid switched to FPS, I was just like, nah.
I didn't like that.
It was a platformer, wasn't it?
It was like
back in the day, yeah.
It was like a Metroidvania, yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I actually like Castlevania, even though I would describe that as like a action platformer.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
But that's like the only platformer I like. I hate platforming. I hate platforming so much. Except for I do like I guess like the OG platformer, which is like Donkey Kong.
That's not. I don't even know if I would consider that a platformer. Like to me, a platformer is almost like 3D.
Yeah.
Like Jak and Daxter, Zelda. Super Mario, Zelda. Zelda doesn't have any like jumping though, so I wouldn't really call that a platformer. Like there's literally no jump button.
Okay, so Link's Awakening, Zelda.
Yeah, dude,
Link's
best one.
That's a
The new one has a jump button,
platformer to you?
doesn't it?
Mm-mm. What was that, Don?
Would you consider that a platformer?
Link's Awakening? No way.
Okay.
OG Zelda definitely not. Like the 2D
Like the top down.
The top
Yeah,
down, no,
that's-
but
Yeah, definitely not. That's definitely not platformer. I can see where John's coming from with like the 3D argument, but I still wouldn't consider them platformers. That's more of like you only really have to like jump when it's a puzzle. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's also Zelda's never been something I could never get into Zelda either. I don't know why.
Zelda, you have to jump.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
gosh,
jump in
that
like
freaking game.
Don't you jump in Ocarina?
No, like there are moments where you can jump, but they're what do you call them? Like environmental. Like, oh, you approach the edge of here, you're gonna jump. It's not like, okay, John, now time your jump to make the next platform. It's never like that.
Yeah, like freaking the Star Wars game has that. I hate
Fallen Order.
I literally stopped playing because it was.
I know.
I was doing too much platforming.
Wait, you didn't like Super Empire: The Strikes Back or Super Empire?
Gosh, all of those were good.
Toxic
the original
Man Flu
SNES
says-
ones.
Toxic Man Flu is like, we need to get Pong. Dude, we're talking about games that are like early 2000s. I don't know.
What was that EU game where?
Yeah, we're talking about crazy old games.
Freaking the Smuggler.
Star Wars?
The EU
Yes.
game.
Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. What was the name of the Smuggler?
Dash Rendar.
Dash Rendar.
He is great.
You didn't like
Yeah, that they ripped off for
Rogue One. Yep.
Restogram says, I worked in a computer lab at uni and set up 64-player Tribes 2 matches.
Dude, that's so cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I never got to play like land tribes.
I never played land. Lands were disappearing. We're getting replaced by the internet. I never did like a LAN party.
I used to do a bunch of land parties back in the day.
We had LANs in computer lab, and that was I lived in the middle of nowhere, so there were no LAN parties. This just didn't happen.
Just wasn't a thing. Yeah.
Toxic Man Flu graduated a year before I was born, so yeah, okay. I graduated high school a year before I was born.
I was in kindergarten talks. Damn.
Roof Crane says, I installed Wolfenstein and Doom on all my high school Windows 3.1.
You're one of those.
Yeah, that guy. Heck yeah, respect.
The first real like computer game I played, like I think I've talked about this before. It was like Caesar 5 or something like that. It was a city builder game. My favorite city builder game was called Zeus Master of Olympus. I love that game.
I remember that game. I didn't get to play a lot of it, but I remember that game.
I still don't understand why. Like, you could probably make that game today, and I think like I would love that game if you just improved. Like, all it needed was a little bit more to improve like your keep the city management, and you can even like make it a little bit more complex with the city management, but then like literally just really do a real upgrade on the map and then the military, and like so you can actually like use tactics and stuff like deploy like legionnaires or whatever, or the phalanxes because it's
right,
and actually like be able to like kind of real time control that like Total War. So,
that's what I was gonna say. It sounded like.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that.
That's what most like remasters should do. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just tweak the things that were broken and give us the better experience.
Yeah, and then like for this one, it wouldn't be. You'd have to. The combat system was sucked because it was just like these people are invading
but you would want an improved version of that system rather than we're gonna go turn-based RPG. We're gonna go action RPG. Like you wouldn't want any of that stuff, which is like kind of what happens a lot.
Yeah. YouTube me says Pong my Zenith TV with a built-in /80. I don't know what that means.
Where's this? I'm missing.
YouTube me says just like get rid of some of the bugs and clean.
Oh, in 1980. You had a TV with Pong built in? That's really cool. It reminds me of those like hotel consoles.
Oh yeah, dude! Do they still have those? I remember.
I have no idea. I don't think so. I haven't seen them in years.
Retrogram is saying I liked Kyle Katarn. Yeah, Kyle Katarn is who I was like. Is Kyle Katarn the Rogue One?
Kyle Katarn.
It's Dash Rendar and Kyle Katarn is what condescending Josh is saying here.
Yeah, so Dash Rendar was the smuggler hero with like the Millennium Falcon kind of ship, and then Katarn was the like, I don't want to call him a rebel because that's like the name of the team, but like the rebellious sort of guy who discovers he's a Force user. He steals the plans for the Death Star and gets them to the rebels, and then goes on to train as a Jedi and help rebuild the Order after Return of the Jedi with Luke and all that kind of stuff. So I like both of them. I really like Kyle Katarn though. He was my favorite.
Toxic Man Flu. In college, we launched the first multi-user dungeon on mainframe.
Really?
Based and had 9 players from 9 countries at other colleges.
Whoa,
wow,
that's
really
super cool.
That's super cool, yeah.
Dang, how would you even go about programming all the inputs that could possibly happen?
Dude, I wish I did cool things in college. God damn.
I just didn't go to class.
Wait, you're saying you didn't? You just drank beer all the time like I did? Just.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Dude, such a
drinking beer or getting to drink beer.
Hindsight, man.
Oh yeah, hindsight.
Just like, what was I doing? Could have been doing way more productive things.
Dude, I know. I hate that reflection.
I mean, the one good thing that I like with especially with the Switch, they're bringing back all these old classic games.
Mm-hmm. That is really nice.
And obviously, for a reason, there's a demand for them.
Because people want to play them.
What AAA game? Like the AAA games are just it's the same thing.
It's
over and over.
It's like Last of Us
20,
and then Last of Us 9.
Yeah, or there's going to be a third one now. Apparently, he's already working.
Don't want it. Nobody wants it.
You know he's got to do it because they need more content for their like HBO show. That's going to be such a huge toilet.
It's good. Walking Dead,
Flush.
Walking Last of Us.
Walking toilet.
Yeah, just a giant septic tank of disgustingness. I love the first game. I thought the first game was great. I really enjoyed it.
The first one's all right. I wasn't a fan of it because I'm not a fan of like movie games, but I like the multiplayer a lot.
There's this one sequence that like really just sticks out for me. It's like you're in the bottom of like I don't know if it's a hospital. You're in a parking garage or something, and you gotta like get into this exit, and one of these clickers is like attacking you. And
I know, I've seen that scene. Yeah.
I legit was just like,
I like the clickers,
like
dude.
run! I was like, ah! Like, get out of here! I'm like turning around, like, is it going? Like, I start shooting into the dark because like the like lights start flashing and everything. Like that, it was like you like legit were like that was like the only time I've ever like legit been like had like that like fear,
right,
flight, like kick in while playing a game. They still have Retrogram. They still Neverwinter. It's not the same Neverwinter, but they've ported Neverwinter to PlayStation. I was playing that for a little bit. But yeah, dude, Genshin is literally the game I've been wanting for probably like
a
while.
Ever.
It's literally a single player game that gives me constant updates. Like, thank you. Single player RPG that gives you constant updates with the story. I mean, it has some co-op, but like I literally don't use co-op. I hate that I'm a little upset with the new housing thing because they're trying to get you to do more co-op, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do co-op. All right. I see that Jay Lee is wishing us good night. We are going to do that as well. So we'll start with you, Spencer, because I'm not sure what Don's doing. He's off screen.
I'm reading something. There's some interesting interaction here.
Oh, are you looking at the chat?
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you're doing that and you can catch us up on it, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. Wednesdays are always super fun. I'm always really excited to come talk to you. And I don't know who you refers to, so I'll say I'm always excited to talk to John and Don, and then of course the chat.
Oh, the chat, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also enjoy talking to you guys. But yeah, aside from that, you can catch me daily on Bounding into Comics. I am working on my Mortal Kombat review. Hopefully, it will be out either tomorrow or Friday. I really don't plan on it taking any longer than that. And aside from that, I know everybody here is going to have their things to promote, and I'm not going to steal their thunder this time. So check out what Don and John have to promote. And until then, take it easy, and we will see you Tuesday for the Daily Stupid live stream, and then back here again, same bat time, same bat channel for another Black Pill stream.
Yeah, we definitely Black Pilled it up, especially on MCU tonight.
Oh
and
yeah,
Mortal Kombat. So you were slinging the Black Pills hard on Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat is just like
sounds trash, dude.
It is trash.
It was trash. Dude, the guy was telling us it was trash. Like this, they tell you. They tell you it's gonna suck. They tell you. The guy's telling you, like, but he's like, our movie sucks, and then this is why we don't have a white guy. Like, they're telling you it sucks.
Like, you're telling us that you're contradicting yourself all over the place and not following through. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll end it on that. Avoid seeing Mortal Kombat. There are way better uses of an hour.
I can't wait for the review. The review.
Oh, it's. I get angry. It's pretty savage.
Awesome. All right, Don.
They got the one quota white guy, you know.
Yeah, but he's a villain.
So they fulfilled their duty.
He's like an anti-hero. I actually don't like how they race swapped Raiden, but that's a whole other story.
Wait,
he's not white?
No, he's Asian.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that.
Yeah, in the games he's Asian.
No, he's not. He's white.
No, he's not. He's white in the games. He's literally white in the games.
He's totally white in the games.
Asian white.
Yes.
No, like white guy, like Christopher Lambert white
he's
guy.
Christopher Lambert. Like he is Christopher Lambert. Like literally. Yeah. It's just like critical theory people saying that he's Asian.
Are you saying he's Asian because of the hat?
Yes, absolutely.
And that is fair and valid.
No, people think it's his name because he's an Asian god.
But it's Raiden, not Raiden. So get it right.
Or Raijin.
Raijin.
Yeah.
Fujin.
Condescending Josh says we should just watch the Kung Lao scenes. I thought the Kung Lao scenes were cringe, though.
Dude, Kung Lao's my favorite character from MK2. They shouldn't have introduced him in this movie.
Does Liu Kang actually like get to do anything cool? Because we didn't even say anything about that.
I was actually just about to say, like, he's probably the cool, like, I'd say he's cooler than Kung Lao's appearance, but no, not really. There's a scene in Outworld when they all go and attack, and he just one-hit KOs somebody with his fire, and that's it.
And then what about Shang Tsung's powers? Do we actually get to see his like cool soul-stealing stuff?
No, he just turns his eyes black a couple times to like spy on the Earth world or the Earth Realm warriors, and that's it.
Dude, the first movies, his powers are cool.
I know. The first movie is like, maybe it's not super accurate to the game lore, but it's pretty accurate to like what Mortal Kombat is. This is not.
Jeez. All right, sorry. Don.
No.
Take it away.
Anyway, so yeah. My channel. I will have a video up because,
Word of the day?
Word of the day. It's actually recorded and images are coming up.
Sweet.
I'm just afraid of publishing it because I'm afraid it'll just get taken down. It's that.
Oh, it's that. Okay,
fun.
it's the one you told us. Is it the one you told us about? Okay.
So, White Power Ranger time.
Yes.
Look forward to that.
All right. Definitely check that out. Go to Don's channel, Dollfied. There is only one eye there. I also have another channel called The Trump Report where I kind of talk more politics and faith-based stuff. I did see a story come across. I did not get anything up tonight. A lot going on. Yeah.
That was a good bell one.
And it was. As soon as the bell rang, I knew I was like, oh gosh, I did say that. But I think I'm probably going to do Biden and the Catholic Church maybe denying him Holy Communion. I guess there's some like talk about that. So I think I'm going to look into that. Might do a video on that. as well. But I got a couple videos up. I did one on Dana White with the UFC with his press conference where he's like absolutely tears into the Las Vegas Review Journal and the media, which is nice to hear. And then, so look, like, subscribe there if you haven't already. Really appreciate that. I know we're up to like 33 now, so really happy about that. Thank you guys if you have already subscribed. For Bounding, I'll probably have a Daily Stupid up tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, and then I think I'm gonna do this Trump reacting to the Oscars like ratings, just because I think that'll be funny. And
definitely is.
So yeah,
that
Toxic
letter,
Man Flu.
great, or that statement, whatever you want to call it. Toxic
Man Flu. I'm gonna have to use that in my write up now. In my script.
That's really good.
That's a great comment. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. I think I might be on Father Christopher Miller's channel this Saturday.
Oh, awesome!
Because it is first.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's first Saturday. Actually, we'll see. Saturdays are kind of weird for me now because the kiddo is taking her first swim lessons right at that time. So we'll see how that goes. But I might be able to tune in at the end. So if you go over to the Nerd Fathers channel, the Faith and Fantasy stream, it's usually first Saturday of every month, which that would be this Saturday. So I might show up on that one. We'll see. I got my Saturdays are super packed now. I got a lot going on Saturdays. And then obviously, like Spencer said, we'll be back for Daily Stupid Live, and then we'll be back here for Black Pill stream next Wednesday, and then next Thursday. So not tomorrow, but what is it, May 6th? I will be on Justin Proper's stream.
You did it, yeah.
So he reached out to me.
Set it up. Yes, that's awesome.
I'll be on that stream. I guess it's the BS stream or something like that. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. He's got a stream on Thursdays. So I'll be joining that. It sounds like they use a lot of our Daily Stupid stuff. What I got. So that should be a lot of fun too. I've never been on that stream, so looking forward to it. All right. That's it. Hope you all have a great night. And if we don't see you before the weekend, hope you have a great weekend as well. And we will see you definitely back here for Daily Stupid Live. And hopefully we will get Don on with us this next
the
Tuesday.
return.
Don has been very busy. All right. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Take it easy.